Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. It is, hopefully you can hear me okay. It is March 25th. It's STARJUMP Shipyard. It is a big day. The Aurora Mark II landing, of course. VG says, I'm coming in 5x5. Cool. There's Ender in chat. I see VMXEO. A lot of familiars. Hope you're doing well. GearCon. Yes, so it is a big day. It is a Wednesday. It's behind the ship's day, as I like to call it. And obviously, the Aurora Mark II has landed. We're going to go through that. We're going to go through the Aurora Mark I. We're going to talk about some other stuff. We got a lot to get through today. I do hope everyone is having a wonderful week. I don't know what the stream's going to be like tonight. There's a lot of heavy hitters streaming. So I think they're probably all waiting for 4.7. 4.7 hasn't launched yet, but I'm sure if it does, you will all let me know. And if it does, we'll try to get in game and check out the Aurora Mark II in addition to sort of checking out the website stuff. Okay. So keep that in the back of your mind. That being said, there is some top of show announcements to check out. 1 second. Let me try to activate the bot. Let me try to activate the bot here. Okay. I think it's working. Good, good. Okay. So the bot is working. Let's see. Let me tell Piggles thanks. Yes, so the bot is working tonight. Feel free to use the word question in brackets or somewhere in there, and the bot will pick it up. We will get to questions here at some point. Bear with me on that. There's also probably a few questions from the last stream that I'll pick up and answer, so no worries there, but I'm not going to belabor it too much. We're going to kind of jump right into the Aurora. I know everyone's eager to talk about it, so we're going to do that. Fast cart. Hope you're well, buddy. I popped into the Soul Systems stream the other day in the chat. It was fun. Always good content. GearCon just cheered 100 bits. Thank you so much, Gear. Do appreciate that. We got a nice little crowd forming. 90 over on Twitch, which is really great to see. And 104 on YouTube. I love it. Thank you very, very much. I think we'll hit a follower goal and a subscriber goal tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's go ahead and get over to a few things here. Let me scroll down, everyone. We got to get to a few housekeeping things. I want to shout out some sponsors. Okay, but before we do that, let me see why it's not working. Okay, let's go ahead and shout out our sponsors for today. Obviously, first we have Beam Eye Tracker. The wonderful folks over there make this great software that does head tracking, sort of like Toby, sort of like TrackIR, but completely software based. I've been trying it out. I've been having a great time with it. I've really been enjoying it. I am working on a review video for it, but you can go to their website, use the code STARJUMP, and you can get a discount on Beam Eye Tracker, okay? Let me grab that affiliate link here. I believe this affiliate link works. If it does, if it doesn't, then we're out of luck. I don't know. But there you go. Beam Eye Tracker. Make sure you go give them some support. I really do appreciate it. Next, of course, our good friends over at Pigeon Spaceport. You can also use the code STARJUMP over there to get a discount on these really cool Scorpius models, which is right on point tonight, specifically because we're going to be talking about RSI quite a bit. Lady Valley, I hope you're doing well. Kusanagi, no, I had a great time. But yeah, you go to pigeonspaceport.com, use the code STARJUMP, get a little bit off of those models. I do believe they're shipping starting May. I am supposed to get one in hand. We are going to do a review of it. There's going to be a giveaway. Stand by on all that. Again, going to be an honest review of it. Honest review. Just because they're a sponsor doesn't mean we're going to beat around the bush. If there's stuff that needs to be improved, we're going to call it out, right? That's what we're going to do. Did we get rated? I don't even know. Wait a minute. Did we get rated? We did. DM Sun Devil just rated with a party of 6 viewers. DM, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Our first raid of the night, and we're just getting started. Let me go ahead and kaboom. Shout you out there. Again, thank you very much for that. Bringing your people over here. I do appreciate it. Yeah, Blackbird, we'll do a little bit of unboxing, of course. Rage 1, salute to you, buddy. Big time supporter. Love you. Appreciate it. Okay. So, last but not least, I want to talk about our final sponsor, specifically in regards to something coming up that we're going to talk about in just a minute, St. Jude Play Live. But real quick, before we get to that, I do want to shout out my good friends over at iconcity.com. James over there, longtime supporter. Long time supporter. James will be offering up some stuff for St. Jude Play Live raffles this year, which we do appreciate. But you can also use the code STARJUMP over there to get a discount on Icon packs, 4-Star Citizen, Microsoft Flight Simulator, tons of games. Make sure you go over there and get in on that. I'll be giving away some of these during St. Jude and further, and just in general be doing giveaways, but use the code STARJUMP over there. I do appreciate it. Okay. That's our sponsors. We had to get that out of the way like we normally do. Now, let's talk about giveaways. Okay. First, of course, we have the Ironclad giveaway that I'm doing. This is a big one. Big, giant Ironclad giveaway. I know everyone's excited for this ship. Why wouldn't you be? It's by Drake, best manufacturer. You can use that Gleam link I just posted down in the chat, or you can scan the QR code right there on the image to get that get in on that giveaway. I'll be giving that away on May 31st. Okay, May 31st, which is right as we get to DefenseCon, which will be a great time to give it away because that's when the ship is going to go flight ready. Okay, that's when we're going flight ready. So be excited for it. Next, we do have another giveaway going on Gleam as well. We have an Aurora Mark II. Okay, Aurora Mark II. Actually, let me get that Gleam link for you all. I realize I didn't have it. I didn't have that one ready, but that's okay. Here is that Gleam link to get in on this Aurora Mark II giveaway. I'll be giving that away on Sunday night, this coming Sunday night. So there's one chance to win an Aurora Mark II. This does come with both modules. It does come with a game package. It comes with armor. It comes with a weapon, all kinds of cool stuff. So this is courtesy of our good friends over at Cloud Imperium Games. If any one of them is watching, I don't know if any CIG folks are watching or lurking, but shout out to them as always. Either way, we'll be giving this away on Sunday, okay? On Sunday. So, yeah, get in on it. Yeah, anyone can win the Gleam entry. I give no favoritism on Gleam. Any of the CIG giveaways are open to everybody. Everyone can enter. Go to the Gleam link. Very, very easy. There's no, the Gleam links don't have any, so because it's a CIG giveaway, I don't do any sort of like subscriber preference or anything like that. It's just open. However, as you all know, with the Ironclad giveaway and others, I am using software to sort of capture who all is watching the streams and giving extra tickets because of it, okay? Now, last but not least, I'm also giving an Aurora Mark II starter package away on this stream. That's not from CIG. This one is just because, right? I saw someone in chat say, is there a giveaway tonight or is the giveaway specifically for Sunday? It's two, it's both. You get the giveaway for Sunday night and I'm going to give away another one tonight. And the one tonight is the Aurora Mark II starter package. Okay, the starter package that comes with the weapon, comes with the armor, comes with the ship, comes with both modules, all that kind of stuff. So how do you enter that? Well, if you're over on YouTube, it's really easy. I got a link pinned to the top of chat. All you got to do is click on that link and it'll take you to my new player guide video, which have been very successful. Thank you very much, everybody. Go to my new player guide video. All you got to do is leave a comment and hey, hello, hi, how are you? All that kind of good stuff. Benares, thank you for, Atreides, thank you for the subscribe over on YouTube. Do appreciate that. All you got to do is leave a comment on that video. I'm going to pull you from that video. And here comes the big question. I'm going to do an impromptu poll. For the Twitch people, we can do it one of two ways. We can either do Stream Racers or Stream Elements, where you buy the tickets. So here's how we're going to do it. If you want me to do, on the Twitch side, if you want me to do it via Stream Elements, where you do the tickets, press 1 and hit enter in chat. If you want Stream Racers, do 2. So 1 or 2. Let's see what we got. We're just going to take an impromptu poll here. Oh, geez. I I guess everyone likes Stream Elements. Is it just because it's easier? Is it just because it's easier to do? Does Stream Racers not feel fair? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start it up here. Okay. I'm going to, let me see. Let me get this giveaway running here. Stand by. And then those of you on Twitch will be able to do exclamation ticket or exclamation ticket space max, and you will be able to get in on this. Okay. So here we go. Let me activate the giveaway. And then I'm going to pull a winner from Stream Elements. I'm going to pull the winner from the YouTube comments. I'm going to throw you in the random wheel of names like I always do. And the winner will win. Okay. The winner will win. Okay. Here we go. That has been started. Okay, so you can do exclamation ticket or exclamation ticket space max over on Twitch to get in on that. We will give this one away tonight. And then on Sunday night, there'll be another one up for grabs, courtesy of CIG, for those of you that are excited for this ship. Okay, that is officially running now. Let me grab one other thing here. So I have everything we need for tonight, which I think we do. Okay. All right. And I'll give away the one tonight at the end of the stream. Okay. We'll give away that at the end of the stream. So we went over the Ironclad giveaway again, May 31st, get in on that. And we went over the Aurora Mark II giveaway for both Sunday and for the one for tonight. Okay. So next thing, we got a little bit more to talk about. As you all know, I mentioned a little bit that I was going to start giving you some behind the scenes on upcoming St. Jude plans, that there's still a lot being planned, a lot being worked on, but things are happening. But I did say I was going to give you a little peek in what's happening for April. At the very least, a little bit of a kind of a sneak peek on what's happening for April. So I'm going to do that here. Obviously, a lot more info to come, so stand by on that. But for the month of April, we got some exciting stuff coming to the channel. Okay, we're going to be doing a series of giveaway or raffles. I should correct myself. A series of raffles for St. Jude, where you're going to be able to donate money towards a STARJUMP Tilt-to-Fly St. Jude link. You donate money, it gets you a ticket to, and when you donate that money, you're going to be able to select a raffle that it's going towards based off how much money you are donating to the cause. Many of you will remember this from last year and the year before, how this went down. So for the month of April, we're going to be doing some awesome stuff. We're going to have a Perseus that we're giving away, or pulling the raffle drawing for on April 9th. We're going to be drawing a Star Runner and Avenger starter pack on April 15th. On April 22nd, it's a Merchantman. On April 29th, it is a Hammerhead. And then on April 29th as well, it's an RSI Polaris. Big timing. We're big timing here. All these ships that you see here for St. Jude, all these ships that are going to be raffled up, have been generously provided by someone in chat. I'm going to call him out. GearCon. Everyone give GearCon an 07. Make sure you give him an 07. He's very generously provided all these ships for the giveaway, or for the raffle. I keep saying giveaway. It's the raffle. You will technically be getting something in a giveaway, but the giveaway itself is a raffle. Okay. So yeah, we're going to be doing these. It's going to be lots of fun. Who knows what hijinks and shenanigans we're going to get up to. I do know me and my wife are going to do some fun St. Jude stuff. We may have some special guests. I'm going to be on other streams as well, talking about it a little bit. As a matter of fact, I'll be on Space Tomatoes stream on Saturday. I'll be on Space Tomatoes show, so I do appreciate that. We'll start building up this hype as we lead into the April 1st kickoff date for these. So if you're wondering when these raffles will begin, when you'll be able to donate money and stuff, it'll be on April 1st, which I will be having a stream for. I might have some fun stuff happening that day, still kind of figuring it out. But either way, April 1st, St. Jude is going to officially kick off. Okay. I'll be doing drawings over here. Ender will be doing drawings on his channel. He's going to have stuff going on as well. So as we did last year, there's going to be a lot of activity, a lot of push. And as we go into Invictus in late May, as usual, I'm going to do my typical STARJUMP, Grim, Invictus event coverage, which is where I cover all the new ships. We go deep on all that stuff, etc. Okay. So that's where we're at on everything. Hopefully you're all excited. I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to be very exciting. More on I'll talk a little bit more on this on Sunday night, which is where I'll have a few more things figured out. But for now, I at least wanted to give you a, oops, we got the bump in plan. We don't want that. But I at least wanted to give you a little bit of heads up on what is coming, okay? So lots of exciting stuff. That being said, I've talked a lot. I've talked for 14 minutes. So are we ready to talk about the Aurora Mark II? Is that what we're ready to do? Because usually I have someone on YouTube make a comment and say, hey, he stops yammering on at minute number 15. So hopefully that wasn't too painful. And thank you for being patient and getting all those top of show announcements. We're doing good, everyone. We got 181 watching over on Twitch and 161 on YouTube. All right, it's time to get into it. Okay, it's time to get into it. Stand by here, everybody. You're going to get a few things ready. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Rage 1 just used 40 bits. Appreciate that, Rage. Appreciate you, Rage, one of our big-time supporters. Oh, by the way, everyone, no, we will cover 4.7 tonight too, but it hasn't been released yet. It's supposed to release today. I got the email from CIG yesterday stating that it was coming out today. Obviously, it's still over on the deployment side for CIG. It's still technically 3:15, I think, in the afternoon, so still plenty of time for it to release. When it releases, we'll cover it. We'll try to jump in game, check out the Aurora Mark II, all that good stuff. I do own one. So yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into things. I did want to bring on a special guest for a minute to talk about something though. So let me pop my headphones on because I don't have my headphones on. All right, let's see here. It's VMXCO. VM, how are you? Is VM here? Oh, nope, I'm not. He can't hear me. VM, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm going to pull you down in the audio a little bit there. Okay, perfect. It is Aurora Mark II Day. As many people know, you sort of did a fan mock-up of an Aurora a long time ago at this point. It was actually quite a few years ago at this point, right?
And the community has never let me forget it.
Mm-mm.
I think I banged that out in an afternoon just as a what if. And
yeah, which we do pretty regularly. I mean, I think a lot of us kit bashers start getting kind of creative, but I will say that you have done, in my opinion, the most famous fan kit bash, which was the X-Wing split wing Aurora, and CIG did not disappoint. We're going to go ahead and flip over here on the screen. Obviously, we have an Aurora Mark II. We all knew it was coming, and it does have the X-Wings. How does that make you feel? I mean, here's the thing. Let me say this before you respond. I totally understand your comment you made on Twitter that CIG's doing their own thing. I get it. Props to the designers, all the ship team members. I do know this is a Gavin Rothery designed ship, by the way. Confirmed that with Gavin today.
Gavin can do no wrong.
Yeah, Gavin can do no wrong. I confirmed that with Gavin today. It's a Gavin Rothery ship, which explains why it's so damn cool looking. That being said, obviously, obviously the thought had to be in their head because of how much your image gets propagated. So how are you feeling about it at first look, before we get into all the details, just in looks alone? How are you feeling about the Aurora Mark II?
It is absolutely beautiful. It is an amazing ship. I love the design. I love everything about it.
Yeah.
The modularity is exciting. I think the overall form factor came. We knew where they were probably going to have to upscale it to make sure it had everything it needed to.
Yeah. The first one was too the Mark I's too cramped, in my opinion.
Nah, it's a small little itty bitty ship. So
Yeah.
it was going to have to. And I think you even did some redesigns, and we all kind of you play with it and you realize, it's going to need to be upscaled.
Well, what's funny is my redesign of it was very, as a matter of fact, I might have it. And it's kind of funny you mention my redesign, because it brings up kind of an interesting point. Do I have that? No, I don't have it handy. But regardless, where I'm going with this is that, oh yeah, I actually do. When I was designing, I was doing something more like this. But the funny thing is I don't think we were actually, whenever you think redesign, CIG is going to go somewhere with it, but you think they're going to try to hold on to as much DNA as possible. But I don't think either one of us was prepared for how radical of a departure it was going to be. It really is a marriage of several RSI ships. You know what I mean? You have a little bit of Polaris in there in the canopy. I know some people say Zeus, but actually it looks strikingly similar to the Polaris cockpit in terms of its angles and stuff. But okay, you can say Zeus or Polaris. It
has the RSI DNA through and through.
Through and through. Yeah. It's got plenty of Scorpius.
Not an evolution. It's a revolution. No. If they announce this with its own, like a separate, entirely standalone ship, not a Mark II, I think everyone just would accept it as is. Yeah.
Yeah. And and we're going to watch the trailer and the behind the ships here in a second, but it really borrows so much. We have elements of the Scorpius in here. We have elements of the Zeus or the Polaris, whatever you want to say. We have elements of obviously this, even ships like the Mantis and Meteor in these like side cowlings here where the wings connect, that's very reminiscent of something like the Meteor or the Mantis. Even the back spoiler has little winks and nods for me to like the Galaxy, which has sort of the spoiler stuff going on. So yeah, like you said, it's through and through RSI. And I think that's sort of the thing with these RSI ships that have been coming out now for quite some time, going all the way back to the Polaris. Obviously Polaris came out, other ships came out like the Meteor and the Apollos, and then we got the Perseus and so on and so forth. Now this is that the RSI ship line is really getting refined in an awesome way. Like I love where CIG's taken it. I know that when I first saw this, it popped up. A lot of people were talking about, oh man, does this mean we're going to get Constellation rework and all that stuff? I still don't think that's happening. But regardless, I really love where the new RSI aesthetic is heading. And if we didn't, it
makes me that much more excited for the work on the Galaxy.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing here is like when you look at the track record. When the Polaris came out, beautiful ship. I still think they did an excellent job. It had a few issues because I do think it was rushed. They've since fixed those, by the way. I think their fixes they've done to the Polaris have been amazing. And just talking big ships here for a minute, Perseus came out again, just nailed it. As a matter of fact, I'd go so far as to say that right now the Perseus is the most popular ship in Star Citizen, like in terms of just like spicy hotness, right? Still, and it just leads you to believe how they're tackling the large ships, how they're doing those interiors, but then how they're even able to rework smaller ships like this with the new RSI aesthetic. And how great they look. It just gives you so much confidence for the Galaxy. And, it's kind of funny. We're talking about the influences this ship has across the entire RSI line, the Meteor, the Zeus, the Scorpius, all that. And it has a little bit of the Galaxy DNA just with the modularity. Did the modularity surprise you at all?
It did.
Yeah.
No, it did. And I think the modularity is a great touch. You don't do two Aurora Mark IIs. Do one with options.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And it
I think
allows,
it's great for the new player. Yeah.
it allows room in the future to expand. I mean, for example, I would love a module that could hold 1 to 2 cryopods. You know what I mean? I would love a module that maybe had a scanning suite in it, to where this turns into sort of like the cutter or something like that, like a cutter scout kind of can take on that role. I could see a lot of places where they could do modules on this, and would be really exciting.
It is. The whole ship design has a lot of innovative features in terms of pushing the RSI design.
Yeah.
Just beyond just what the community wanted, the modularity, the interior redesign.
Yeah.
It's a good, solid starter ship.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, very solid from this.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the starter ship kind of lineup, it's really starting to get, like, before there was some easy selections in there for me, and now it's really starting to get hard to decide between certain starter ships. Obviously, the newest ones always have a little bit of that like new hotness, but like when you look at like what's available in the starter ship kind of regime, there's a lot of good options now. There's a lot of good options and exciting ones too, especially for new players coming in the game. You want new players coming in the game to not be flying the ships that's like the 10-year-old ship that doesn't have all the features. You really want the starter ships to be like ships that hit a high bar, because they're the sort of the onboard for the new player. You want that new player to be excited flying around, to feel good flying around their new ship. So I think a lot rides on these starter ships, and I think with this ship that I can say with confidence that they've definitely got a winner on their hands. I'll read a little bit of some of these blurbs here as we go through it. It says here, the Aurora Mark II, the tomorrow of today. For centuries, RSI's innovative ambition has led the charge of human ingenuity, never taking its eye off the future that lies ahead. Forever pioneering the spirit of exploration, RSI reimagined its beloved starter ship for today's unknown landscape of valiant spacefaring. That's a mouthful, but yeah, the marketing team is in full effect here. Some really cool imagery that they put with this. I thought that it's kind of funny. I always look at new ships, and especially some of their like marketing imagery, and some of them are like look weird in some of the images, or don't look quite as exciting. But this is one of those ship designs. It's sort of like the Scorpius, where almost at like any angle it looks good. So I don't think the marketing team had a super difficult job in trying to grab great images of this ship. Obviously, there are 2 modules. The first module is the DM module, which has an additional size 1 shield generator and 8 size 2 missiles. I think there's 4 on top and 4 on the bottom, if I'm not mistaken. But that's how the module works. Pretty cool, kind of a little combat module. And then, of course, the TS module, which adds an additional 6 SCU, which is probably how I will utilize the ship for the most part. But again, those are our 2 first modules for this, with others probably to come at some point. The TS cargo module here, let's go. Yeah, the TS cargo module, haul and earn. An industrious way to begin your interplanetary exploits is by building a reputation career in the cargo market, along with the Mark II's 2 SCU, which can be held internal. The cargo module's additional 6 SCU of storage capacity allows you to do just that. So again, a total of 8 SCU when you're bringing the module with you. Okay. Christian in chat says, finally, modules that make a difference. Is this the first where you can increase shields? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of interesting. Is this the first ship where the module contains extra components? I think it is. Robert Voss says yes. Yeah, I think this is the first ship where a module actually has component changes. And that's a really, really interesting kind of insight into the future, right? So it'd be interesting to see where COG takes that. The DM combat module, attack and defense. I guess that means defense module, right? A dependable choice for those bound for more perilous territories. The Mark II's combat module arms it with additional missile racks and a third shield generator to help brave pilots continue their journeys in safety. Man, this ship looks good. Again, it still looks good from the bottom. Okay, that's how you know you got a winner. When the ship looks good from the bottom as well. Blue Soul, thanks for the follow. Vitalwin, thank you for the follow. SC Magister, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Chopper as well. Baba Boots. It's the Surgeon, T. Dot. Thank you for those follows. I do appreciate it. Moving on, and feel free to interject VM at any time. Ship is 27.5 meters long, 24.5 extended. You know, that brings up an interesting thing. It's going to be interesting to see how we do this for Fleet Viewer. Oh, we just got 10 subs. Who gifted these subs? Serious Fun Games gave out 5 community subs, but it says I got 10. Oh, okay, that was my sub goal. Cool. Yeah, Serious Fun Games just gave out 5 community subs. Thank you very much. Serious Fun, salute to you. I appreciate that. Going to toss up the old 007 action there. Appreciate you. Thank you for sharing the love like that. It is appreciated. Thank you. But the ship is, it's going to be interesting how we do this for Fleet Viewer. It's one of those ships that's like,
yeah,
I guess the cargo module does extend the length out to 27.5. You know, when we're thinking about the best ways to represent things in Fleet Viewer, I sometimes like to go for like the worst possible scenario in terms of size, so the biggest, so that like you can see where it fits and all that kind of stuff. So maybe the cargo module, I don't know. But either way, it'd be interesting to see how we do that, or maybe no module, I don't know. But we'll have to look at that. And then, you know, whether there'll be a flight and or a landed state. I know people like that, but we're going to have to talk about that. By the way, real quick, everyone, just so you know, I know I've said this a few times, Fleet Viewer updates are supposedly coming next week. C Daddy CIG is in chat. C Daddy, nice to see you, buddy. TS stands for Transport Storage, and DM stands for Defense Measures. There you go. C Daddy, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Glad you're in chat tonight. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But either way, Hermes, Moth, both sent to Starlet. My good friends over at Enemy Contact, they have got some supporter ships going in. And then obviously we'll get this in as soon as we can. VM will have to work through it. Starlet has been going through her own real life challenges. I know you all don't mind being patient, but she did chime in just today and let me know she's going to try to tackle that next week, get Fleet Viewer updated with all the outstanding ships. And we know some of you have been waiting patiently. The good thing is, with the Hermes and the Moth, is you can just use an Apollo or a Mole as a stand-in. Works as a perfect stand-in. You can just change the names. Hype Chain was just started in the channel because we completed a sub goal. Do appreciate that, everybody. So here's another thing I'll say about this ship. All the paints are good. I usually, when CIG releases paints, I'll be honest with you, there's always like at least half of them I don't like. Execute saying obscurity on screen. Yeah, we're going to get to that one for sure. I'll do that one last, and then we'll leave it up. But all the paints look good. The standard paint looks good. The shade paint looks good. Caspian looks really cool. Medallion looks awesome. Shimmer scale's kind of crazy. I want to check that one out in game, but it does look cool. And Cloudburster looks cool. My least favorite, but I do like the look of it. And then, of course, Obscurity also looks cool. Now, I think Execute was saying that he thinks this paint job was done in honor of you, VM. I don't know.
I don't see my name on it, so I'm...
But I think this is the color of your mock-up.
The mock-up used, I think, was the MR paint, so...
Okay. Just take the compliment, VM. Just take it. Take it. Take it. C Daddy CIG would know. Either way, all the paint jobs look cool. I like all of them. They all really fit the ship really nicely. I think they did a great job on them. Again, the ship does come with 4 size 2 guns. Those guns are connected to the weapon pylons, by the way. What just happened? We just got two 2 hearts from Wolf. Well, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that. So yeah, comes with it comes with the guns. Those are attached to the wing pylon. So even if your wing gets knocked off, you still won't lose your gun. And then it has the 4 size 2 dual missile racks. Those are, I believe, are on the wing tip. So if you lose your wings, you are going to lose your missiles. But you know, that's the way life is sometimes. Moving on down, there is, we are going to get to the Mark I SE stuff. Stand by on that. Okay. Stand by on that. We're going to get to that. But then, of course, there is a number of ways to get your hands on this ship. There's, of course, the Citizen Starter Pack. This is what I'm giving away tonight. We'll be giving away one courtesy of CIG on Sunday. This coming Sunday. And of course, I'm giving away one of these starter packs on my own tonight. So that's what you're all in here for. If you're over on YouTube, again, just go to the link pinned to the top of chat, leave a comment on that video. And if you're over here on Twitch, just do !ticket to get your ticket to attempt to win this tonight. We're going to do a drawing at the end of this show.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you scroll back up to that Aurora? I think it's the SE.
Yep. Where is it? Right here.
Look at the paint job on it.
Yeah, that's true.
And look at the paint job on the Obscurity.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's the same paint job. It's the same paint job.
You're not wrong.
That's all I'm saying. You're
not wrong, but I'm still going to give you the wink and nod for it, okay? I'm still going to give you the wink and nod. Hey, Rage 1 just gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Rage 1, thank you very much, buddy. Gave you the old salute. Always coming out, always supporting. I do appreciate you. You're going to pop up the old 007 that I know everyone loves. Thank you for that, buddy. Appreciate that support. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Mark I SC, which was one of our sneak peek images from earlier in the month. So we'll get to that. So yes, we have the starter pack, $45, and you get a lot of great stuff. I don't think I can open it. We'll check that one out in just a second. Obviously, there's the Chairman's Club's offers, which come with the unique paint there, the Chairman's, essentially the concierge paint, and then you get both. There's one with just the ship, and then one with the ship and both modules, the DM and the TS module. Obviously, scrolling on down, you get the ship standalone with a war bond cost of $40 or $55 war bond with both modules. Again, that does come with the bonus paint, the time limited paint usually. The ship without war bond, just on credit, is going to be $45. Modules $10 a piece, and then just a shit ton of paints, obviously. So, I'll say this: I think CIG nailed the price here. I actually expected it to be a little bit pricier. I don't know what you were thinking, VM, but I thought it'd probably be a little bit pricier than this.
I thought they would level it with the Titan, or excuse me, the Avenger.
Right. What's the Avenger currently at?
So, it's 60.
60. Okay. Yeah, that's where I was thinking, something like 60, 65. So to me, it actually came in under price. Now, again, I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, I think whenever CIG can bring something down to a certain level, that's amazing. And I think you're getting a lot of ship for the price. So yeah, I think that's all very fair. But again, obviously, there's a lot of different paint packs you can get in here, again, including the concierge, time limiteds, all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, a CCU path for it, so you can upgrade your ship. I ended up upgrading my, what did I upgrade? I think I upgraded my Nomad referral bonus. Or not my Nomad, sorry, what's the hover quad referral? I don't like the hover quad, so I upgraded it to this bad boy. You see what I'm talking about with this canopy? It actually looks very Polaris to me. It's obviously the Zeus has a little bit of this too, but to me, the way the struts and angle and everything are, it reminds me of the original Polaris canopy back before CIG elongated it and stuff. So yeah, anyway, very sexy. So let's go ahead and watch the trailer to this. And then when it's over, we'll talk about the trailer real quick. Here we go. Is it playing? No, it's not playing. Here we go.
With an idea.
It sounds
more than curiosity, more than a yearning.
Quiet chat.
It was humanity's extraordinary instinct as a species to look up in search of a brighter future. That created Zeus, and first carried us into space. There were no maps for where we were headed, and there are still none today. Our path is lit, not by certainty, but by boundless possibility. Our desire to learn all we can in this universe we call home. And to carry that knowledge forward, so that each discovery we make inspires the next. And so, as we move onward through great unknowns, ever connected to those wondrous first steps that began our voyage so many years ago, each evolution carries us forth on our infinite adventure to tomorrow. And now, I believe the future is just about ready. Let's take a look, shall we? From the Zeus to the Aurora and beyond.
Awesome trailer. By the way, Bunker Fist just came out, kicked the door down with gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Bunker, thank you very much, dude. You're also getting the 07 here. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Appreciate that support. Bunker's always good for keeping the chat on Discord alive. Always appreciate it. Thank you very much, Bunker. I do sincerely appreciate it. So yeah, there's one thing I'll point out. This was pointed out on someone in chat just mentioned it. I know I got alerted to it, and apparently on Trispone's stream, which I popped in on the other day, this was pointed out. I'll bring it over here. But in the background of the trailer, very far in the distance, and it goes out of frame kind of quickly, there is the silhouette of the galaxy up there. Again, you don't make up much detail, but you can see here in comparison that it is indeed the galaxy. I can confirm that as well. It's nice to get those little Easter eggs. It kind of reminds you that CIG hasn't forgotten about that ship. I mean, we know that it's in development, supposedly still targeting IAE, but always nice when they can throw those little hints and winks and nods in there. So always really cool. So, but yeah, what'd you think of the trailer, VM?
That was an amazing trailer. First of all, the team that makes those does amazing work.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they really nailed it.
They hit all the beats. They nailed the nostalgia. They built the whole RSI brand identity.
We even right here see a little bit of the original Zeus. This is like the Zeus, what is it, like the Mark I Zeus or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and then of course the payoff, they gave us what we wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that ending was just,
Yeah, really cool. I mean, I love that they showed the entire RSI family of ships. I'll be honest with you. I'm hoping. I don't have it down here right now, but for those that do know, for a long time, my mouse pad on my desk was the big, long Robert Space Industry mouse pad that had all the Drake ships on it. All I'm saying is, CIG, if you're listening, see Daddy, maybe you can pass this one along. When they start working on the Kraken's trailer, all I'm saying is I hope it mirrors this one a little bit, and where we can see like the entire Drake family of ships, because I really love that approach on this one and how you just see all the RSI lineup, including the Bengal, which is really, really cool.
Have we gotten a good long form ship introduction? We did for the Mercury Star Runner with the reunion.
With the reunion, yeah. I don't think, which was a 2-parter. I don't think we've gotten one other than the MSR though. And it was really good, just short film even. Like, I remember when I first saw Reunion, C. Daddy says it's not a bad idea. I completely agree. I remember when I watched the Reunion video, I was like, man, I could totally go for a CIG web series. Maybe one part comes out every quarter. Maybe I know it's a lot of work on the Uplift side of things, but like maybe every quarter there's like a little bit of a 4-minute short that comes out. And then at the end of the year, you can take all 4 parts, piece them together, and they create one 20-minute story or something. I don't know. It'd be really, really cool. I think CIG's, marketing team, cinematics team, whoever's putting these together. I know Jared highlighted that team at one point. I just think they do incredible work. So the filmmaking side of their work is getting much, much better than where it was even 2 years ago, 5 years ago, etc. So Darkhold, all you got to do is exclamation ticket. Sorry, go ahead.
And I think I've dropped this into the Discord. There is a content creator out on YouTube who's a filmmaker who has done a lot of reviews of all the ship commercials, and he absolutely loves them.
Yeah. I watched. He had a marathon video one time where he went through like all the ship trailers, and it was really fun. Yeah.
He's a great one because he breaks in all the technical aspects of how you actually shoot this and why it makes it impressive.
Yeah. Hype Train complete at level 5, 7%. Your community contributed a total of 16 sub gifts and 10 bits. That's absolutely amazing. Community, couldn't do it without you. Appreciate you. Love you. All that good stuff. You know it to be true. I don't monetize really and do this for you. Do it to hang out with y'all. We're only 13 followers away from our next follower goal. So that's good. That's good. I don't know. I just think this ship is a winner. And this shot in particular was really fun because I saw it and I was thinking to myself, it's going to open those wings up. It's going to open those wings up. And then right here, it does it. And I thought it was just a great little, wink and nod to all the community build up over the last, couple of years in relation to the split wing thing. The cool thing too that I personally like this. I like that they didn't just rip off the Scorpius's X-wing either. This one's got like a slightly different profile in the wing split, and I think it works really nicely for this ship. So,
if we can talk about that for a moment. Yeah. So when I banged out that concept image on my own, I did the Scorpius, just the balanced X-wing style. It looked okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back and explore some other wing options, and I think they nailed the asymmetric. Bottoms are smaller, they're a little bit more swept out. They let the wings sweep up a little bit. It looks so much better than just if they had been flat or symmetric. So it's very ornithopter, but also they're very distinct, almost like a dragonfly. There's a name for it when you have the uneven wing style, and my brain is failing me, but it's just
I mean, I think it just gives it a little bit of something interesting. It just does it's not an exact duplicate of anything. It still feels like a unique ship, like it's got its own unique personality, its own unique silhouette, etc. Like from a distance, I don't immediately think Scorpius. Does that make sense? C Daddy says, as a side note, I brought up the Bengal and Atmo to the ship team. The response I got back was, it can go into Atmo exactly once. So you know what? Let me
It is canon. It is canon.
Let me comment on that for a minute. So the funny thing is, I heard so many people since this trailer launched. I saw so many people talk about this one thing, the Bengal being an Atmo. And here's what I say to that. There's two things. One, this is not the first time we've seen ships that shouldn't be in Atmo flying in Atmo. Okay. We have seen this before. Okay. There's been plenty of Invictus trailers where the Javelin is easily flying right past the skyscrapers in New Babbage, for example, and so we've seen this before, and obviously I know that the Bengal's much bigger than the Javelin, but still the Javelin is not supposed to be a ship that you're taking into Atmo. But that being said, I just chalked it up to trailer, spiciness. It's, sometimes trailers show things that, aren't how you will actually be able to do stuff. Again, they're not selling the Bengal here. They're selling the Aurora Mark II. So I loved it. I thought it was cool. And again, as C Daddy points out, the ship team or whoever made this said it can fly in atmosphere. Just it's going to be one time that it flies at Atmo. Or if you have a Bengal and your org brings it in Atmo, you're just going to probably need 2,000-3,000 people in Argo rafts, or not rafts, SRVs, lifting it back up. That's all. You just need about 3,000 friends, and you're good.
Grim, I just had a horrible idea that I really want to concept out, and it will probably get me into trouble if I do. If we're going to do ships in unlikely configurations, flight models, when they release the Kraken, we need to do this. We need to do the classic VFX Kraken rising from the water into space.
Yeah, a little bit of Avengers action there.
Exactly.
Here's the problem with the Kraken trailer. I can already see it. Okay, I can already see it. And remember, everyone, I think they're targeting 2027 for the Kraken. Here's the problem. The first Kraken trailer, because see, the Kraken's unique. We already got a trailer for it before, like when it was concept. They actually don't do that for ships usually. The Kraken is unique, but it's still my favorite trailer, like for sure. It's going to be hard for them to beat that. I think they can beat it because now we are going to be, by 2027, we'll be 9 years on from when the concept video for the Kraken was released. Crazy, right? 9 years. We'll be 9 years past that. I think they can easily make a better trailer, but the Kraken trailer is iconic, and they're going to have to pull out. They're going to have to pull out all the stops on that one.
Are you proposing a trailer Mark II?
Yes. Yeah. I'm proposing a Mark II trailer. Yeah. Cyvan SC says Kraken trailer was my favorite until Perseus one dropped. Perseus was a great trailer. Actually, you know what? The Polaris trailer is really good too. I love the storytelling aspect of the Polaris trailer. I think they did a great job there. You know what I'm thinking? C Daddy, maybe you can wink if I'm on to something here. I don't know. You know how in the past with the Scorpius trailer, we would see a bit of the trailer and then another ship would come out and we would see a little bit more of the Scorpius trailer where it was like you could tell it was the same storyline a little bit. This trailer here is pretty ambitious. I mean, CIG's pulling out all the stops on all the RSI lineup. It kind of makes me wonder if when the Galaxy comes out later this year, if its trailer will tie into this a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm speculating wildly here, but I feel like we need to get the moment after this shot here. No, I know the Galaxy was in the trailer, but I think what would be cool is if the Galaxy trailer picks up from this frame here where all the ships are flying, and then right in front of the camera, super close, the Galaxy rises up as if it was always there, but we didn't truly see it until that trailer picks up. I'm just saying, I got ideas for days, people. I got ideas for days. By the way, everyone, I do know the roadmap roundup just dropped. Again, 4.7 I don't think is live yet. That's okay. We will go through the roadmap roundup. Like I said, we got a lot to cover today. I do want to move on to the Behind the Ships episode, though. It is 9 minutes long. We are going to pause throughout, I'm sure. It is just what it is. VM, feel free to interject and talk if there's any part of this you want to discuss. But I always like watching these. I did watch half of this. I have not watched all of it, though. Okay, so we're gonna kick it off here. We got our good friend John Crew to kick off this video. Here we go.
So the RSI Aurora is the quintessential starter Star Citizen ship.
For the people that have been with the project a long time, it was one of the first ships that they saw.
So it gave you that first experience of boarding your own ship, exploring the interior, although limited, and then finally climbing into the pilot seat and taking off for your first mission or exploration. Whilst the game has evolved over the last decade and we have learned a lot more about building spaceships in that time, we felt that now was the right time to go revisit the Aurora series.
Doing a follow-up of the original Aurora is actually quite the task because you have to make sure that it's as beloved as the original.
You know, there's quite a few shots of the Aurora Mark II flying without its wings extended. And it led me to believe this is one of the things I want to check out in game. I really want to see if the wings are separated from the gear animations, or are the gear and wing tied together. I've just noticed that there was a lot of shots of it flying with the wings pulled in.
I believe in the Q&A, and I'll have to find the reference for you, they said that you could close them separate of the gear landing animation.
Okay.
And when flight, what's the control surfaces basically came online, that it would subtly impact the flight characteristics.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll check out the Q&A. I do have it up. I have not read it yet, though. Again, you all are getting the unvarnished, grim reaction to a lot of this stuff. So yeah, there we go. Tarso, thank you for the follow. Leona, thank you for the follow. Casanova, appreciate that. Let's continue on.
The Mark II combines the classic DNA of the original Mark I Aurora.
That's a beautiful ship.
To modern day standards, both in terms of visuals and gameplay loop.
RSI tend to want to kind of push the boundaries a little bit. They want to look back and see what they've done in the past and what was successful, but they're not scared to really embrace new ideas. We've tried to keep the overall proportions and styling of the base Aurora with the Mark II, but we just tried to sharpen it up.
It has a really angular style. It looks really sleek. Everything flows, and it has this sort of layered, armored look.
The circular door is still there.
Let me ask your opinion on one thing, and this is for chat as well. VM, I'd be curious what your thoughts are. You know, the one thing that I sometimes wish would be done on these ships, although I know it would add a level of complexity that is really not realistic. So this isn't something I'm like salty about or anything. I totally understand why they don't do this, but I do wish that there was more guns integrated into the hulls of the ship. I still want to be able to like pull them out, but what I wish you could do is like interact with a spot and it would open up a panel, and then you could like tractor and remove the gun off. You know, a lot of guns on ships, they're like just attached to the winglets underneath, or kind of like held on by the gimbal, which totally makes sense. I get it from just a development standpoint, but sometimes these ships that are super, super slick looking, there's a little part of me that's like, man, I wish that ship that gun was integrated into the hull a little bit. But
and you're not wrong. I think they experimented that with the Wolf line.
Mm-hmm.
But you ended up with with a bespoke because
which totally makes sense.
You probably run into clipping and a bunch of weird issues, I'm sure.
Yeah, because that means that if you did do that, when you created that cavity, you would have to create a cavity that could support all types of weapon formats at that size. You know what I mean? Whether it's an alien weapon, future weapons, all that kind of stuff. So
QA needs to test it and make sure everything works as expected.
Yeah. And
it's probably not impossible. I'm guessing it's a lot more work.
Yeah, and when I look at like getting ships done and out the door versus having integrated weapons, I much more want them to get ships out the door. It's not a huge thing at all. It's just one of those little things sometimes when I see really slick ships like that, it just pops out. So let's continue.
To enter the ship, but it's hidden by the newer layered RSI door designs.
We've still got those really iconic 4 wings down the sides that give the ship its length.
There's also some doors that open up and they show the VTOLs underneath, which are these fans that help support the ship while it's changing trajectories.
There's even a cool new feature where you can vault onto the top of the ship over the front canopy.
My favorite part of that entire ship is actually the back section.
The vaulting over the canopy is pretty cool.
Detail that all lines up towards the center of the ship.
That's a neat little feature. Again, I think I hope ships in general get a little bit more of that type of interaction. It's sometimes I think it's a little bit ship dependent, on what makes sense for that ship. For example, the Corsair they gave rooftop access for. The Perseus has that side door up on the upper bridge that allows you to go up on the little gangway. Whenever CIG can find those little opportunities, or in this ship, even though it's just a single person small ship, being able to vault up and get up on top, I think is just a nice little I guess you'd call it quality of life, but it's just a nice little vibe thing I think that they do sometimes, and it's appreciated.
And I think for the gold pass on the Mark I Aurora, you have components on the top, and the community has asked, how are we supposed to reach these? So
yeah,
now I don't think the Mark II has anything accessible from the top, but I'd be curious to see if it works well if they go back and make a subtle tweak to the gold pass version that lets you climb up and access those upper component base.
Shimpasta says Alpha 4.7 will be up on the live servers in just a few minutes. It's exciting to hear, everyone. We will try to update. We'll try to jump in game and check out the Aurora Mark II in game, do a little tour of it. Won't be doing like any live gameplay tonight other than checking out the ship, but I do want to go over 4.7 features. Obviously, it's a pretty big patch. Crafting coming on board, the rock breaker stuff. So the armor changes, raiders. There's a lot coming today. So we'll check in on 4.7 though here in just a little bit. Let's continue.
Rumor has it they would have had 4.7 delayed or out earlier, but we keep distracting C Daddy from pushing it out. So.
Okay. That's our fault then. It's totally our fault.
Something we were
C Daddy forgives us.
To follow up with is some of the RSI ships have transforming states, such as the Scorpius.
We were playing with the idea of like, do we open the wings? Do we not open the wings? And as soon as we kind of started playing with the idea and seeing how it looked, it just felt natural.
The base Aurora Mark II comes with 4 size 2 weapon hardpoints, as well as 4 size 2 missile hardpoints, each defaulting to 2 size 1 missiles.
The guns are actually attached to what the wings are attached to. So when the wings pop off, the guns are still attached to the ship.
So if you lose your wings, you're not totally
Sorry, everyone.
No, so if you
I
lose
don't
your
know
wings,
why that
you'll
is doing
lose
that.
your
Interesting.
missiles, and you'll lose VTOL if you lose the bottom wings.
When we were doing the original design for the Mark II Aurora, one thing that came up was, do we want to do variants or do modules?
In terms of production, a variant of a ship is actually a lot of work on our part. You have to redo modeling, you have to almost rethink the whole entire ship.
The ship now, instead of being a variant, comes with 2 different modules.
And the advantage of modules is you buy one Aurora Mark II, and forever in the future, when upgrades happen to the ship, you can grab that module and then add it to your own ship.
The TS module, or what we internally refer to as the cargo module, provides an additional 6 SEU cargo on a drop lift, which takes the whole cargo capacity of the Aurora Mark II with it equipped to 8 SEU, which is pretty competitive in a starter ship.
Yeah, I think so too.
One of the big changes with the TS cargo module and the base Aurora is the cargo is held internally rather than underslung underneath, so it's more protected.
So it's great for somebody who's just getting started, who wants to do...
By the way, everyone, 4.7 is live. I am updating now. Again, we will try to get in and check the ship out. Sometimes that can be rocky with huge wait times, but we'll see what the queues look like and all that kind of good stuff. Let's continue.
Hauling missions before upgrading to something bigger like a Zeus.
Or you can either go with a defense module, which adds 8 S2 missiles and also 1 S1 shield generator in the back of it.
So if you add 8 S2 missiles...
Okay, yeah, the 4 on top and bottom then for the missiles.
Shield, you're adding 50% more shield to your ship.
So the player can decide whichever one suits their playstyle the most.
In the future, we can definitely foresee other modules coming along, and anybody who has the Aurora Mark II now will be able to use those modules later on.
One of the kind of limiting factors of the Mark I was its overall size.
They get a little bigger, obviously.
With the Mark II, we built it more from the inside out, so we knew all the features that we wanted it to deliver.
You get in from the airlock door. On your left, you have the nice pilot seat.
I mean, still pretty
We have a
cozy
nice view
ship
from
here,
there. We
but
have a lot of glass, so we can really see space from pretty much everywhere when you turn around. You have 2 shelves for mission boxes, so you can take the ship to do missions. You have engineering screen with components below that. If you continue on the right, you have a suit locker and a weapon rack. And at the end of the ship, you have the bed with a lot of space compared to the first Aurora. When you lie down, you have a big screen on top of your head.
It's very enclosed, but it all has a very functional style to it.
kind of kept some of that
Everything,
Aurora
sort
Mark
of
I
feels like it
vibe.
should be where it is.
I wonder if those were the windows, like the
The paints are
Aurora
awesome.
has.
We have a
Yeah,
lot of cool
I
options.
don't know. Why does this keep
We have
bringing
a
up?
bronze and green one. There's one
I don't know
tint
why
that's
this keeps
iridescent
popping
that's
up.
inspired by an Aurora Borealis. I think that one came out really well. One of my favorite tints was inspired by an old video game that I grew up with that I loved. And
We
I
must
think
all be
when
hammering the
players
launcher at
find
the same
it'll be
It
time.
is,
easy.
yeah. It's getting
great.
hammered. It's getting hammered right
It's like the
now.
Mark II Aurora. We also wanted to celebrate the Mark I.
This actually
For
might
that
be a
reason, we
CDD,
decided to introduce
CIG,
a sixth special edition variant called the Aurora Mark I SE.
So the Mark
So-
I Special Edition is really our
Talking about the Mark I now, we're gonna get to that. I do want to switch over to that real quick. Obviously, they announced the Aurora Mark I SE Special Edition to sort of celebrate the time we had with this ship, especially for a lot of people, and kind of give it a good send off. I looked into this. Apparently, from what I'm tracking, it takes sort of all the unique aspects of the previous Auroras and brings them into this one version. A little bit of controversy around that. I know some people, it's Bingo Winchester and Shad. Bingo, I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Hope you're doing well. But this was one of the sneak peeks that we saw in a previous month that we thought was maybe the Mark II or something. Then people started suspecting, oh no, it looks like a Mark I. Maybe it's just the Mark I gold standard stuff. But actually what it was this special edition variant here. So yeah, another ship we have to do for Fleet Viewer, unfortunately. But that's the way it is. CIG pumps them out, and we try to do our best. So yeah, Aurora Mark I SC, good send-off. 18.5 meters long, as in the other Auroras. 6 SCU of cargo, 4 size 1 weapons, and 1 size 4 quad rack on the missiles. Again, you can check it out here. I imagine this is like the only chance to get this if you're interested in it, so keep that in mind. By the way, the download for the patch is like not going well, so I don't know if it's actually going to work. We're going to try it, but we'll see. For those of you that already had an Aurora, though, you're going to get the really cool disco paint here, which is a nice little send-off. Again, sort of the same thing happened for F8 owners. When the F8 went off the sort of golden ticket thing, they gave us all the that special F8 paint job, which was kind of cool. So I'm all about that. Kind of a unique livery that you can't get anywhere else. I think that's nice. They have every paint job for this ship ever done available, which is kind of cool. Some really nice ones that I'd never seen before because maybe I wasn't paying attention. I really like the which one was it? Not this one. The not record breaker. Which one was it? High roller. I thought the high roller was pretty cool. But yeah, what did you think, VM, about this? Did this surprise you? What do you feel about them selling this SC variant in addition to all the other variants, sort of one last time, sort of how they did with the Hornet Mark I's? What's your thoughts on it?
I don't understand it from a marketing standpoint. I think it's
Okay.
kind of good from a nostalgia standpoint.
Yeah.
Especially with the gold standard. So
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, the Aurora has its cult following, so I don't think they'll have any problem selling them. And I'm sure there's many who will snap them up. So
Yeah, I think so. I actually did pick one of these up, War Bond, not necessarily to keep, but I picked one up because I thought, hey, this could be a fun thing to do a giveaway with in the future when you aren't able to get them. So I wanted to grab one from that standpoint. I've been pretty vocal that I'm not the biggest Aurora fan. Mark I. So definitely not a ship for me, but I know it does have a bit of a cult following. There's a lot of people that love this ship. So
your membership in Test Squadron has been revoked.
Oh, has it? Oh, okay. Sorry. Looks like I'm out. Looks like I am out. Did someone from Test Squadron say that? Okay, or is that just you saying it?
It's a thing with them.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll leave it there. It's a test.
All right, everyone. Since the servers are kind of melting here, let's talk 4.7 for a minute. Okay. So obviously Aurora, big day. We're all excited for exciting ship, all that kind of good stuff. Let's go through the 4.7 patch, obviously titled "Welcome to the Rock." I think that's a cool name for it, and obviously that's going to be because it's focused heavily on the rock cracker, rock breaker, or whatever, breaker station, whatever they're calling this thing now. I guess we'll find out as we dive into it. We are going to get some Q&A here in a moment, folks, so stand by. Again, if you want to get in on the giveaway, okay, if you want to get in on the giveaway for the Aurora Mark II, I have 2 going on. Go to the Gleam link I'm throwing down in chat. That'll enter you in the one that will be given away on Sunday. Okay, this Sunday. Here's the link for that. And if you want to get in on the one being given away tonight, if you're over on Twitch, make sure you do !ticket. If you're over on YouTube, go to the link pinned to the top of YouTube chat, leave a comment on that video. I'm going to pull both winners. I'll put you in the random wheel of names, and the winner will get the Aurora Mark II starter package, game package, whatever you want to call it. Okay, going back to 4.7, here we go. We do have a video. Let's go ahead and give it a watch.
I need someone in chat to read that title in the Sean Connery voice. I can't do it.
Trying to get the station turned on.
Have you tried this yet?
The event? No. Or the game? Or the mission? No, I haven't tried it yet.
Rockbreaker.
Rockbreaker, yeah, I have not tried it yet. Whiskey guy, I hope you're doing well. It looks cool.
It's very cool.
Some Half-Life vibes there.
Very much Half-Life vibes, those trams. Level design environmental team did another amazing job with this.
Yeah, I mean, it looks incredible.
I haven't explored the whole thing. I when I'm on PTU, I think I grabbed the mission to have the station to myself. And
yeah.
I explored a small section of it, and yeah.
Really, really cool. Let me get back out of the thing here. Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. Go back here. Rockbreaker, derelict discovery, survey the area. Deserted stations can prove tricky to access, so scope out your surroundings to find your way in. So obviously a little bit of pathfinding, a little bit of exploration in these new environments. Be prepared. Teamwork, miners, haulers, crafters, fighters. Now's the time to band together. Success will demand more than a single trade. Again, trying to show that collaborative gameplay stuff. Not all about combat, not all about industrial. It's kind of a mix of all. So time to find your friends, find your fellow orgs, your allies, all that good stuff.
I'd like to point out something cool in that photo.
Yeah.
They have included mining drones. So you see one there. It's not the Cygnus
drone. Not the Cygnus drone.
42.
Yeah.
But they're still kind of cool. And I hope we get to see more of them in the future.
Yeah, I do. I think that looks really rad. Not the Cygnus. It's got the big, tank thing, circular tank thing, but really cool. Yeah. Really, really cool. Back in action, station repairs restore operations to the disused stations to utilize their full colossal capabilities in traversing the station and retrieving the wealth of rare resources within the asteroid itself, the big rock, obviously. Scan each sector for essential equipment you'll need to awaken its power. So you got to take the power cores or power batteries or whatever they're called, install them, all that kind of good stuff. Obviously, the Aurora Mark II, we've been talking about it, is here. Crafting, our first iteration of crafting coming online.
Yes.
Very exciting, very, very exciting. Again, this leading into future things such as deeper crafting, fabrication, base building, all that kind of stuff in the future. So then, this is one of those things. Crafting, again, the initial implementation of crafting to me is very similar to resource management, right? Coming into the game, where resource management sort of is cool in and of itself, but also is unlocking future gameplay features and stuff that we just don't have right now. And that is very exciting because, again, it shows that progress. So really, really cool. I did read somewhere that those of you that got the fabrication units from the Levski Lifeline, Aid for Levski, whatever it was, event, I believe that fabrication hangar isn't awarded, or fabrication machine isn't, crafting machine, whatever you want to call it, isn't given to you until 4.8. I don't know if that's 100%. Maybe chat can let me know. Gin and Tonic says 4.8.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, so 4.8 if you're wondering where your crafting unit is. So improved inventory. This is where we get our improved inventory. I will say it is much, much, much better. So for those of you that have been frustrated with the Star Citizen inventory as we've had it for a while, this is a pretty massive upgrade. This is the primary thing I've tested and tried out in Ivacati over the last little bit here. I didn't do a lot of crafting testing, honestly, because I didn't have a lot of time to go out and get resources, but did do a lot of testing of the inventory, and I have to say, really excited for it. Strato Brick, nice to see you. Good evening. How's the leg? Leg is doing good. I got some ice on it right now, but I'm off the crutches. They got the sutures taken out today, so progress being made. I can sit at my computer a little longer, which is nice. By the way, chat, we got a huge crowd tonight. Really appreciate you all showing up. 262 on Twitch and 272 over on YouTube. Both communities really showing out tonight. That's 530 people watching across the platforms. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're hanging in there. That's all due to you all. Obviously here, just talking about Alpha 4.7 and this, clicking this link obviously would get you to get in the game yourself. Looks like they do have some limited time upgrades. That's interesting to see. The L-22 Alpha Wolf Prospector and Valkyrie kind of ships across a few different roles there. So that is exciting to see. Is that in lieu of a monthly? Oh yeah, it's not a patch bundle anymore. They're in a monthly bundle. So we just got the Gideon one. So that's all we're getting. We don't get a monthly bundle with this. And then obviously featured vehicles here as they always do. The Aurora Mark II and the Aurora Mark I's, obviously. That's no surprise there. Buccaneer, Cutlass Steel, Valiant, Golem, Hawk, BMXEO's favorite. L-22 Alpha Wolf, Mole, Prospector, Prowler. Man, really wide cross-section of ships right now. Talon, Valkyrie, the Vanguard series. Again, showing how diverse this event is, the 4.7 event. So,
now,
yeah, go ahead.
The Hawk, there's a ship we have been teased variants of in the distant past and haven't heard anything since.
Yeah, the Hawk is a ship that we should have variants of, I believe. I believe there is supposed to be some variants of the Hawk, like the Shadow Hawk and something else. I think, and here's the thing, we know the Hawk received some love because they showed a video on how the rear end of the Hawk had changed to accommodate the cryopods. That was I think at this point that was like 2 years ago and we hadn't heard anything else. So what I'm assuming happened was the Hawk got a little bit of work, a pin was put in that, but I do think the Hawk is one of those ships that is like on the docket to be picked back up again. And I think when it is picked back up, I think it's going to probably get a variant. I mean, would you agree with that?
I would agree with that 100%.
Yeah. By the way, everyone, I know some of you are probably eager for me to get in game and check stuff out, but alas, the servers are CIG servers are currently in flames. CDaddy is throwing water on them as we speak. So yeah, please be patient. If they pop up, I'll be sure to get on. If not, I won't. I don't know what to say. What I can tell you is I cannot update the client. It literally will not work. I did update the RSI launcher. It looks like I had an update. I updated that, but nothing is happening. Okay, but listen, let me just let everyone know though. XQ says, maybe I should stream my updates all of a sudden. Here's what I'll say. C Daddy says Ahmed and Benoit are on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. They put
that's good.
Top people.
Top people. But here's the thing, and this is maybe a little weird to say, but I do mean it. Everyone should look at this as kind of a good thing, because that means this game is successful. People are interested in this game. You know what I mean? If after this many years, right, this much money raised, all that kind of stuff, the fact that they've been able to, we are now this many years on and a new patch comes out. We're not talking even a beta or Star System 1.0. We're just talking a new patch with new gameplay, new ship. And again, the servers are being just hammered by people eager to get in. That's a good thing. That's exciting. That means there is some real interest here, real interest from a lot of people. All right, since we're still sort of waiting on things to allow me to update, because for me, the launcher is just blank. It doesn't even have any buttons on it. I keep restarting it, so we're just going to give it some time. We may not even get in game tonight for this stream, everyone. It may not happen. It's okay, though. We got a lot going on. We got giveaways. We got all kinds of stuff. We got 279 viewers on Twitch. Can we get to 300 viewers tonight on Twitch? That'd be incredible. 258 over.
I think
on
everyone's
YouTube.
coming here because they're not getting game.
That's right. See, we've got the discussion going on. Okay, so we the game can be down for a hot minute and we can still go strong. So, thank you for the follows, everyone. Do appreciate it. Thank you for the subscribes and all that kind of good stuff on both YouTube and Twitch. It is appreciated. Let's go down to Q&A here since we got some time to burn. All right. Aurora Mark II Q&A. The Aurora is one of the most iconic ships in the verse. What makes the Mark II feel like a worthy evolution for pilots who've grown up with the original? It says here, the Aurora Mark II takes the essence of the Mark I and brings it up to a level suitable for the game as it exists today. While pilots will notice little touches and hints back to the original, such as the circular side door, bed configuration, and window, the Mark II has been designed from the ground up to be much more capable ship. So again, these are always the questions that I get them, but they're always sort of like, I think of them as the wasted questions. It's like, why do a Mark II? It's like, because the Mark I was old as hell and they wanted to update. It just, let's be clear.
It's a softball opener.
Yes, it's a softball opener. It's true. Can the folding wings be triggered independently during flight, or are they linked exclusively to takeoff and landing? It says yes, they can be triggered independently. However, landing mode forces them back into the folded state. Perfect. Awesome. See, does chat know? Did they unlink the arrow landing gear and wing fold yet? Are those still linked? I know because the arrow's wings fold up specifically for landing, but I know a long time ago CIG said they were going to disconnect that. Did that ever happen? I don't know. I'm curious. Let me know, chat. I know someone in chat is an arrow fan and will let me know. Does switching between the wing states alter the way the ship flies or handles? It says in the future, there will be minor aerodynamic changes at launch. The primary difference is that the wing guns are disabled when the wings are folded to both prevent them from firing through the ship and prevent players from engaging in combat with a reduced cross section. Okay. Ashron says did not happen in regards to the arrow. Okay. Hopefully that happened at some point. We got so many keybinds given to us. I would love some separation there on some of the ship states. So, continuing on, why did you make the change from variance to modularity for the Aurora series? I can answer that because it was smart to do. Okay, here we go, though. Part of the initial design scope when creating the Mark II was to explore what differences we could make between the modules or variants. What difference we can make between, or was I read that wrong. Explore what differences we could make between modules or variants. Looking at the existing gameplay loops, we decided that having a base ship capable of doing a little bit of most missions with the option to further boost its performance of modules was more interesting. I agree. I mean, it allows them to not rush out a bunch of variants that feel weird or unnecessary. I've been pretty vocal in saying some variants I don't love, and I wish were module changes. So, for example, the Talon is one of the ones that I love. The Talon, I just don't like that we have like the missile Talon and the gun Talon. I wish the Talon had been like where the weapons could just be switched out in a weapon kit. Personally, more like the Alpha Wolf. But anyways, so yeah, I think it was a good decision. Says here, does the 6 SCU of cargo from the cargo module stack with the 2 SCU of embedded storage for 8 total? The answer is yes. The 2 SCU of cargo storage on the base ship stacks with the cargo module. So 8 SCU of cargo for a starter ship is pretty damn respectable. Again, I think if you're coming into the game, you want to have a good A to B ship. And the you want to be able to carry a decent amount of cargo to earn some real money. This would be a good solution. You know what I mean? XQ says, see, Daddy, I had less than a gigabyte to go, and now it's slowed to a crawl. XQ, I actually DM'd C Daddy and told him to do that specifically because of you. So that was a request by me, and C Daddy honored that. So big shout out to C Daddy for ruining Execute's day. It does happen.
And Execute, when you do log in, I've also asked C Daddy to make sure that your new Aurora Mark II also crawls.
Yeah, it's actually going to be replaced with an Avenger Titan. Great ship, but not the one you want to check out. So that is what's going to happen. All right, let's keep going down here. The combat module adds another shield generator and missile rack. How does this change affect the combat experience in the Aurora Mark II? Well, it adds a shield and missiles. That's how it affects the combat. Again, weird question, but that's kind of the obvious answer. The Aurora Mark II is the first ship to feature externally attached modules. Can you walk us through how it works in practice and whether pilots will be swapping modules manually with tractor beam through the Mobi-Glass vehicle loadout manager or both? Players can attach and detach modules manually, the tractor beam or the VMA. Love that. Love that. I do appreciate that. Let's see here. Does either module through size, shape, or weight change the flight characteristics of the vehicle? Yes, they both add mass, which in turn reduces the performance characteristics of the ship slightly. Makes sense. Will there be more modules released for the Aurora Mark II in the future? Which ones are you considering? They say yes, more are planned. They're not ready to confirm anything. Remember, they got in trouble with that before on the Galaxy. I don't think John Crew and Ben Curtis are ready to walk back into that mess. Okay. But if I had to guess, I could pick out scanning, EMP, those would make sense. I'm sure it's easy to think of others that would work for this. So yeah, racing makes sense, etc. Said here, it's been quite a few years since the original Aurora made its debut. How has your experience in building the mini ships since then guided your approach to design and polish, all that kind of good stuff, and quality of life for the new Aurora Mark II? Let me switch over here. Bear with me, everybody. I'm juggling multiple windows. Says here, the main differences between the ships are a result of scope of the game. From a player metric standpoint, the ships require much more space internally for traversal and access to items, but also the number of things we add to ships now, such as weapon racks, storage, fire extinguishers, and component access. So again, just all that sort of evergreen stuff. This combined with adopting newer RSA styling has resulted in a ship that's larger but more capable than its predecessor. Yeah. So what'd you all think of that, VM? Any surprises there?
Nothing too earth-shattering.
Yeah.
I Whoever made that did the right thing. They got the basics down.
True. Yeah. By the way, everyone, it says I downloaded 4.7 now, but when I click launch, it doesn't do anything. So don't get excited. Something went wrong. It said, yeah, I'm just going to stop because what's going to happen is I'm going to keep trying to log in the game, and I'm going to log in, and then suddenly I'm going to have a credentials issue. And I've had that before, and it's not fun. But here's the thing. I am not bothered when CIG has a rush like this on a new patch day. To me, it reminds me that people are excited for this game, and that's what we want. So if you use it as a metric for people being excited, people are excited. Okay.
Look,
Danger
Grim,
Hobo. Go ahead.
All I'm going to say is that I've never had this problem logging into Marathon. Too soon?
True.
Okay.
Too soon. Yeah. Well, what I will say is Danger Hobo says Chuck Norris could have downloaded it already. And that is true. I think that is true. And no, not too soon. Not too soon. Chuck, it's in honor of Chuck. When I was a kid, Delta Force was an awesome movie. Aurora Mark I, let's do a few of these since we're still sort of waiting. Says, how and when do I get my free celebration paint? Says the limited edition free is a free gift for all Mark I owners during this promotion. It'll be awarded during these. Be awarded to accounts that have an active Aurora pledge at both the start of the promotion and then a few days after it closes. That's good to see. Will the Mark I paints be compatible with the Mark II? No, completely different ship. Silly question, but I guess that one needs to be asked. Can I apply the unique exterior and interior of the Mark I SC to other Auroras in the series? Nope. Okay, different ship. Kind of crazy question. Will the Aurora Mark II SC be available once the promotion ends? No. It's a time-limited thing. Again, that's why I picked one up, because I thought it'd be a good way to do a giveaway later on. T-Baggin says, yeah, 284 on Twitch. We're killing it tonight, y'all, and that is all because of you. I'm showing 275 on Twitch and 276 on YouTube. Pretty even split. Again, appreciate you all coming out, kicking the doors down tonight. Got a great amount of people watching.
Grim Buddy, if I can just interject. I never got dinner tonight, and I'm starting to feel it.
You need to go eat. I'm going
to go eat.
But before you go...
I may stick around. I'll at least be in chat.
Okay, but before you go, can I do one thing?
Absolutely.
And chat will join in on this with me. We all want to give VM... First off, thank you for all your Fleet Viewer work, along with Starlet. But we want to give VM a proper slow motion salute for him seeding the community idea of an X-Wing Aurora. So VM, I'm giving you the slow motion salute so you can enjoy every second of it. And I'll give you another one right there. Now I want you to go eat. Appreciate you, buddy.
I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone hanging out with me in chat tonight.
Yes.
And we need to talk Aurora meetup later.
We will. We'll talk an Aurora meetup. If this thing gets running tonight, I will be in there. So VM, take it easy, buddy.
Good night, everyone.
Execute, I just saw your message too, buddy. All you got to do is pop into the show waiting room and I'll pull you right down, son. Pull you right in. Says here, does the retirement of the Aurora Mark I mean I cannot fly the original ship anymore? Of course not. No, the Mark I is not leaving the verse. Silly question. Execute, how are you, buddy? We have no excuse. We have him here. He just doesn't have a voice for the first time ever.
No.
I had
to meet the stream. You gotta remember
he's here. Did you successfully download?
No, it's like he changed something. Son of a bitch.
Are you
close to being done?
Are you in fact?
I was getting like 60 megabyte a second. It was going fast as hell, and then just went
so
down to like 2 megabit.
You are in fact blaming C Daddy for this. Then is that what you're saying?
100%. If you saw it, did you see this week's show at all? I called C Daddy out quite a lot. He got a live show.
I have not watched it. I have it queued. I have not watched it. Usually I watch your stuff before.
No, it's not good, man.
But yes, here we go. Will existing Mark I ships and upgrades in the buyback list still be available to pledge back after the sunset? It says the promotion starts a sunset window for the Mark I from both the pledge store, including any unretrieved standalone ships, upgrades, or CCUs that specifically involve the Mark I in your account's buyback queues. Very important there, everyone, as well as the in-game shops. So important to know. I mean, again, essentially what's being said here is if the Aurora Mark I is something you're interested in, now is the time. Now's the time.
Does any of that disappoint you at all? Like some of the nostalgia and really old skins that, you know, we collected for rare events and stuff like that are now going onto this ship that is just kind of being sunsetted. I find that really disappointing. I wish they'd carried some of them over. And I don't mind that they released them for everyone to buy or anything like that. It's just that it's now on a ship. Like someone said this to me earlier. They're like, there's going to be these people who brought the game 2016.
Yeah,
as an example, right? And they've been gone for a decade. They're going to come back when this thing hits 1.0, and the ship that they own isn't really in the game anymore, type of thing. Like it's going to be this like relic, and they're going to go, oh shit! So I got to pay money to upgrade it to the current version. Like,
yeah,
you can imagine how some people are going to feel a bit of a disconnect. So it's a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, I think for me, it's interesting. I think for me, it's one of those things where like I try to think of things from that 1.0 standpoint sometimes, and I think it is going to be pretty cool when you see. Daddy says the launcher should be up now. By the way, everyone, I think it is going to be pretty cool when, you know, in that 1.0 environment, you're going to be able to pull out these ships in some paint job that the 1.0 crowd, you know, that mass market crowd is never have seen before and can't get. I think that it's going to feel special at that moment. I think right now in the environment we're still in, it kind of does have a little bit of a weird feeling. I definitely track what you're saying.
I just think if they come back, it would be nice to say, here, have a free upgrade to the Mark II if you want it.
Right. Right.
But like some of those skins, man, like some of those skins I brought off the cuff randomly, like almost 15 years ago, you know, and I've held on to them for so long, and now they've just kind of like offered them to everyone, and I can kind of let that go. But the fact that the ship that I brought them for is no longer, I don't know. I don't like it's like I can take one slap, but 2 slaps is a little bit too much, is what I'm trying to say.
What if they slapped you? What if they slapped you a third time though? Would that make it all better?
Well, now I kind of want to melt them and just get my money back. Well, I held on. It makes me feel like I held on to them for nothing.
Sure. Well, I mean, again, I do think that, again, the ships are still in the game. There is still something special there. Again, in that 1.0 environment, I think it's still going to be pretty special. Much like seeing an Aurora Mark I, because there is going to be, I mean, we should all be hoping that in the 1.0 crowd there, Josh, thank you for the stretch. I would have hoped that in that 1.0 crowd, there's a lot of new players, and being one of those old school alpha, let's just call it alpha players, where you can pull out your Aurora Mark I with whatever paint job, whether you bought it now or whether you bought it 8 years ago or 10 years ago, still should hopefully be a pretty cool moment. By the way, everyone, we're 1 follower away from 8,100 followers on Twitch. So who's going to be the next one?
Well, look, long story short, I'm still sure you'll be able to earn this thing in game, and it'll be a whole quest line, and there'll be all the skins you can go out and, you know, that'll be a thing that you can do, right? Like, you won't be able to buy it anymore. And it'll be the same thing for the Hornets and any other ships that they do this to in the future. Yeah. So it's not a problem that if you want to own a Mark I, own a Mark I, because it will now be a rarer ship.
And you may be, I'm sure you'll cover this a lot on your Friday stream. Are you picking up an SE?
You know what I'd probably do if I wanted to be a safe bet is I'm just looking at I've been looking at CCUs, and you can literally get a Mark II Aurora to a Mark I SE for $15.
Oh, yeah. I think I did.
If you if you want to future-proof it, you could just buy one and go, "Yep, why not? I'll just sit on it."
Yeah, I ended up CCUing my Coramore referral bonus, which was a hover quad, and I think it was like a $15 CCU or a $10 CCU, something like that.
You mentioned it. I had a look at that, and I'm like, I don't have any referral ones to do.
Yeah.
I did find though that it's only $5 to upgrade an Atlas to Aurora, which is kind of crazy.
I mean, since you're on here, Execute, I mean, I guess I'd be interested. Oh, by the way, everyone, we hit our follower goal. We're at 8,101 followers on Twitch. Absolutely amazing. Nice. Thank you again, everyone. That's incredible. 291 watching on Twitch and 260 on YouTube. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. What do you think of the price? I was pretty surprised. I thought it was going to be 60.
I was really surprised as you and I talked. Well, was it you and I? No, it was me and Bops that talked about it last night. I was expecting almost like $80, $90 for the full bundle. But I was expecting it to be an advanced starter. I wasn't actually expecting it to be a replacement, but I'm wrong.
Well,
I'm completely wrong.
Here's the question I go to, and I mentioned this briefly when VMXEO was on, but I really feel like, and I know you guys have done shows like this on Info Runners. It'd be interesting to see a new version, like a new updated episode on this, but like, what's the best starter? I do think that the starter ship field, and I guess if you include the advanced starters as well, Brettel, thank you very much. It is getting kind of interesting, like the field, and a lot harder to choose, which starter to go with. I mean, I guess it's still a little bit tailored to what you specifically like and what you want to do, what stylings you like. But I will say the field is getting really difficult to choose from now, for me at least.
I can't disagree with that at all.
Yeah.
It's getting very complicated to choose, which is a good thing. You want all that variety, and you want player choice, and I don't think there's a single, like, as we've kind of said, like, how do I put this? There is no perfect ship. It is always situational now, and you can make do with most ships. Like even the Aurora. Look at what we got now, right? Cool. I've got a combat ship. Oh shit, I don't have enough cargo. I've got to go all the way back and change my cargo module.
Yeah.
But then you've like you and I were talking about the Cutter Scout. I do think this ship's got room for more modules down the road. I'd just be really interested to see. I think a part of it is obviously locked behind gameplay. That's pretty obvious.
What's the next module you'd like to see?
I'm not sure, man, to be honest with you, because any that you mention, it's going to tread on another starter as well. So are we really about to enter a period of our first kind of double up, so to speak?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you, like you said, if you did a scanning one, you're now treading on the Cutter Scout.
Yeah.
If you do a bounty hunting module, which you could do, instead of the cargo grid, you've essentially just got, it takes bounty hunting pods. You're treading on the Avenger, you're treading on the Hawk.
Yeah. But I would love to see the Aurora Mark II, like sort of be the solo version of some of the Zeus's roles. So for example, we have the Zeus MR. I would love to have like an MR module for this ship. I love that little tie-in and how you could go from one level to another level.
That's another thing that shit me. Why did they change the acronyms? So they're now
it was to
DM
piss you
and
off.
TS.
Yeah.
Why are they not like LN and CL?
I was informed there was a few questions on the Q&A that they deliberately removed prior to publishing it. One of those questions was that, and the answer was to piss Execute off and to give him fodder for Friday's show.
What does DM and TS even stand for?
DM, I think, is defense module, and TS is for transport storage or something. C-Daddy posted it earlier. C-Daddy posted it earlier. I think that's what it is, though.
It's like I say, the only consistent thing about CIG is how inconsistent they are. So you've broken your own terms again. It's just weird. So you've now got, the only thing I can think of is that, like, because they've made the Mark II Zeus, they have to go back and rename the Zeuses now.
Oh, defensive measures, C-Daddy says. DM is defensive measures. TS is transport storage. So what you're saying is that you wish the transport storage one was like a CL module.
Oh, I'm looking for an SA module, a stupid ass module, because the names make no sense.
C Daddy, get him, C Daddy. C Daddy, break his launcher
Seriously,
again.
Why did you
Send the code down, C Daddy, and break his damn launcher again. He's begging for it.
Why did you break your own thing? Like, you already had LN and all that established. Why didn't you just go with what you already had? Why did you have to reinvent the wheel for the 50/50?
Well, here's the thing. I'll play devil's advocate. I'll say because these are modules and not variants. How does that sit with you?
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay, cool. Well, I win then. Okay, good.
But let's go back to the Zeus. Why are they called? Well, I guess because it's modules, not variants. Yeah, okay. Yep. That's it. Modules.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll give you that.
Yeah. Here's the thing. We'll be able to see where they go with this when the Galaxy launches and see if those modules have acronyms like that. You know what I mean?
So if it's not the Galaxy TS, we call bullshit. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's exactly what we'll do. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I'm just a lot of people are saying everything's working for them. The launcher's still not working for me, folks. I'm trying.
Do you want to get all the torches ready, and I'll get all the pitchforks ready?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, right. Okay.
100% what I want to do. Okay, I want to get to a few questions here, everyone. We're about 20 minutes from doing the giveaway. As a reminder on that giveaway, we have 2 Aurora Mark II starter citizen packs that we're giving away. The first one is courtesy of our good friends at Cloud Imperium Games. And you can scan that QR code or go to the Gleam link that I am going to post as soon as I'm properly prepared, which is right now. You can go to that Gleam link and get in on that if you want. That'll be given away on Sunday, okay, this coming Sunday. And then there is another Aurora Mark II Citizen Pack that I'm giving away tonight on stream. If you want to get in on that and you're over on YouTube, go to the link pinned to top of chat. That'll send you to my New Player Guide Episode 1. Leave a comment on that video. I'll pull a random winner from there. And if you're on Twitch, you know what to do. It's !ticket or !ticket space max. I'll pull that winner. And we'll put you both in the random wheel of names, which we know is the best way to choose a winner. And you will walk away with an Aurora Mark II package. Yeah, someone in chat saying everything's in the green. Yeah, it may just be my machine now that needs a restart. It's just the launcher is just refusing to be nice. So, unfortunately,
still downloading slow for me.
Yeah. That being said, let's move on to some questions here. Pickles does have the bot going. Okay. See here, VG says, did you see the Galaxy in the first Aurora Mark II vid? Yes, we did. Very, very cool. Nice to see it. They always kind of give us a little hint there. Blackbird says, what do you think about the Aurora Mark II? More like a Scorpius Jr. I don't know what you think, Execute, but I look at the Aurora Mark II is really a combination of a lot of RSI ships. I see a little bit of... Agreed. A little bit of the Meteor, a little bit of the Scorpius, a little bit of the Zeus, the Polaris. There's just a lot of that DNA in there. I think they nailed that. So,
and a lot of VMXEO.
A lot of VMXEO. Well said. Mm-hmm. Well said. MCD says, are they selling the Aurora without the modules? If you get the Aurora without the modules, what can you do with it with no modules? Yes, you can get it with no modules. I think it's 40 or 45 with no modules. Yep. So yes, you can 45. Get it. And it, I mean, you're going to be able to fly it around. It's an A to B ship.
It's got two SCU. It's still got the missiles. It's still got the guns.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you add the other modules, it essentially just adds more to it. So, you add the cargo module, you double your shields.
Yeah.
Not cargo module, sorry, the combat module, you double your shields, and you add a bunch of more missiles. I think it's like 6 more size 2 missiles or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you actually obviously add the cargo module, and you get 6 additional SCU. So you go from 2 SCU to 8.
Yeah. Yeah. Real quick, everyone, I did see this pop up. I did want to touch base on it. Yes, the 4.8 card has been added to the roadmap. We'll pause on the questions just for 1 second because I did eagerly want to check this out. Transport system refactor is currently being targeted for 4.8. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. That's exciting to see. Hopefully we'll solve a lot of our transport problems. On the gameplay side, refueling improvements currently set for tentative. Flight suits, G-force resistance. That'll be interesting. So again, we're starting to see a little bit of differentiation between our flight suits. And so we're starting to see, real differences there. So
see the one with the Starfarer refueling improvements?
Yeah. That'll be interesting to see. Says here
there's a new refueler ship coming in.
Probably
Not
so.
just the Starfarer, a smaller one.
Says here implementing refueling. Implementing
talked about
refueling and docking improvements, simplifying the refueling process with simplified fuel deliver and updating docking to support mutual requests, which is nice, and automatic docking at close range alongside more impactful itemization for fuel capacity and transfer speeds. So again, what they're doing is they're putting some quality of life stuff in there, and they're also adding some granularity to that loop. And I agree with Execute. I think we're likely to see another refueler, hopefully a smaller refueler. And again, going into things that we know are coming this spring, even like those tactical fleet ops, where we're going to be in these instanced environments, we're going to need refueling options, whether that's on board ships like the Idris or through refuelers.
Look under missions and events. That is 100% confirmed. Go ahead.
Okay.
Under missions and events.
Cool. We'll check that out. Ship hangar service T0. This is implementing service gameplay, the updates that draw from resources stored on your ship's cargo grid to fulfill refueling, repair, and restocking requests via dedicated service hangars. So that's repair, rearm, refuel. That's great to see. Again, that'll affect ships in the future, like the Kraken and stuff like that as well. Polaris, Idris, etc. Vehicle command module. Okay. Again, many of you have heard, we've talked a lot about the ironclads coming at Invictus or DefenseCon, whatever. Again, this is pointing to that. Mission and events, refueling missions, implementing refueling missions centered on servicing NPC ships. Players will also be able to request refueling via beacon, which will initially be fulfilled by NPCs. Oh, that's cool. So you'll be able to get NPCs to refuel you. Oh, wow.
And what ship are they? What ship are they bringing out to refuel you, Grim?
I don't know. I would think
it's not going to be a staff. It's not going to be a Starfarer.
Well, either way, I've been in that position where I've run out of fuel, and this is exciting to see. It goes back to that note listed there about being able to request refueling and initiate that action. So,
yeah, I would be really surprised if we don't get a Golem refueler. Like that ship is like just absolutely right for that. For that task.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I would agree.
I don't know, we could be wrong, but you and I talked about that ages ago. Like you can kind of see how the ship's kind of built for that. Like because if you look where the mining arm is, it literally could be rotated and actually can go back through the engine thrusters on the back.
Yeah.
So you could literally just put fuel tanks on the back of the Golem, or even if you want to make it the Golem Ox, it's entirely up to what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just a beam that goes out the back, and pretty easy and cheap.
Yeah,
and it's probably needed.
And we saw with the Golem specifically, we saw some concept art that showed a Golem with like a big tank and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So,
it was in that jump point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You're reminding me now.
Yeah, and there was
I can find it and I'll send it to you.
Yeah, there's a couple variants, but and finally the client has updated. It says 4.7 is live. I'll try to launch. We'll see what we get here, folks. We'll see. We'll try to check out the game, the shipping game. Ships and vehicles. Okay. New Wicklow ship offerings, obviously, but here's the exciting one, the Hammerhead Gold Standard. Again, we'll be raffling off some of those for St. Jude. I've been saying to a lot of people lately that I do think the Hammerhead Gold Standard was coming during Invictus. Military ship. I think there's going to be some substantial changes to it. Now to go into pure tinfoil hat speculation mode, there is part of me that seriously wonders if we're going to get AI turret blades for Invictus. The last time we got blades of any type were avionics blades and stuff, and that was during last Invictus. So it kind of makes it kind of makes sense that we would get our next new blades.
It also pissed a lot of people off, though.
It did, but I think that was how they sold it. So maybe it'll be different this time. I don't know. But either way, think about it like this. Think about that world where, the hammerhead supports that in some way. That now you're starting to get into a really interesting place that could excite a lot of people. And suddenly that old hammerhead ship feels really new and spicy and interesting. So I don't know. I could see that. I know there's been a lot of things about those AI turret blades primarily affecting, remote turrets, which would make sense. But who knows? Maybe CIG has changed their opinion on that. We'll just have to see. But anyways, and then under weapons and items, they have the crossbow and the plasma grenade. Both set to tentative. Again, all these cards are set to tentative.
Crossbow's a big one, man. That thing's been a long time coming.
A long time coming, yeah.
I can't remember the name of the game, but there was a friend of Chris Roberts that was making a game, and they did like a cross promotion thing. Like you buy the game and you get the crossbow in Star Citizen, and there was a thing in Star Citizen that went into that. That game was made, release, and essentially doesn't really exist anymore. And people still waiting for their crossbow. It's pretty funny.
We're going to switch over here to the game. We're currently position 1 in the queue. We're going to see if we can check out the Aurora Mark II while I can before anything messes up. We'll check this out. We'll hit a few more questions, and then we'll do our giveaway, everyone. Okay. Oh, my knee. Still healing.
Can I
Yeah.
if you don't want to talk about it, tell me, but what happened to your knee and what did you have done?
I honestly don't know how I hurt it, but I had a torn meniscus and some inflammation, what they call plica in there. And they had to go in there, trim the meniscus tear away, and scrape all the plica out, which is essentially inflamed tissue, because I was having a lot of pain. I could barely move my knee. And so I had that surgery done, and my knee still hurts. It's still healing. It's been kind of a rough recovery. So yeah, anyway, hopefully in another...
delicious.
Yeah, I'm hoping in
delicious.
another 4 or 5 weeks, I'll be like completely back to normal. So, okay, here, the Aurora Mark II. Let's go ahead and hit deliver. We're just going to load it up in its base paint to start. Let's go ahead and bring it up, everyone, and we'll check it out. We'll check it out here. Last thing I want to say here about this 4.8 is essentially the Invictus patch. Okay, so what we're going to see as we get closer to Invictus, and they're going to want to hold some of this back. Obviously, we're going to see more and more stuff get added to this, and it might get pretty exciting, in terms of what gets added. I mean, I'm pretty certain the ironclads are going to get added. I think that's going to be one. I think that's going to be, one of the ships that's going to be hard for them to sort of keep a lid on. But yeah, I mean, and we can expect surprises and stuff to pop up. But the 4.8 patch, Q2 2026, is going to be our Invictus patch. So, all right, ship should be coming up here. We'll give it the old college checkout. Again, getting kind of long in time. My knee can't take this position too much longer, so I probably won't take the ship out and fly it all over the place. But we'll look at it in the hangar. I might lift off a little bit, actuate the wings and all that kind of stuff, and we'll see what we got. I guess I forgot to put a module on it, but that's okay. We can always do that here in a second. Thank you, C-Daddy, and all the CIG folks who hit the servers with hammers enough to get everything working.
Hit it with more hammers. It's not going fast enough.
Moper says, is the Raylan still on target for a 2026 release? That's the last we've heard. Alien Week, yeah. VG, I will try that actually. That's a good question. We'll try it. It's actually a little smaller than I thought. I do really like the look. Okay, this is that paint job. What do they call this paint? The shimmer or whatever?
Yeah, but I was going to say, it's almost got a Talon vibe to it as well.
A very Talon paint job.
The MX2 was asking about a window. There is a window, look. In the side. There's
yeah.
A window on the side.
Oh, yeah, there it is right there. Oh, that's cool. In the bed area. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It is a very Talon paint job. I think you nailed that. Yeah, this is the shimmer paint. So this is the limited I think this is the limited time paint, right?
Oh, how many paints do you reckon they've done sitting in the background for this thing?
Oh, I'm
for
sure.
Events and shit, you know.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I'm sure.
That's the other thing about all the Mark I skins they've done over the years, like all the Crusader, Aurora, like you know all the ones they did, like for events and stuff that people grinded their asses off to get. Oh, by the way, that ship's being sunsetted.
Yeah.
What?
So, I mean, I think, again, for such a small ship, they're packing a lot in here. Suit locker, weapon locker, item locker, nice big door coming in, shelves here to stack things. We have components in here, obviously, engineering terminal, fire extinguisher. So, again, packing a lot in a little bit of space. This reminds me, again, of the Intrepid, where it's a starter ship that just has a lot crammed into a small ship, you know what I mean? Which is exciting. I mean, again, the Intrepid's a great A to B ship. I know you said that yourself, Execute, so let's crank her up. Oh, it's got a nice sound. It's got a nice sound. I don't have head tracking or anything on right now. Let's go ahead and lift up. We'll go to our external view. Okay. Let's raise our gears. Wings go out. Oh yeah, that's a cool ship, man. It's got such a cool profile. It really does just have parts and pieces from like every RSI ship. It's kind of funny. I will say this paint job is not my favorite. Alt-K to fold them back like the Corsair. Okay, let me try that. Is it the different Alt-K? Oh, yep, there we go. Alt-K moves them back. You know, it's so funny. When they're back like this, it really screams like Meteor to me. Like if the Meteor and the Zeus had a baby. Yeah, it's a really beautiful looking ship. Oops, let me get my I
must admit that pearlescence is growing on me.
Yeah, it's cool. I usually like more matte finishes, but I do like it. I like how it's almost got like a little bit of a worn look to it as well. I want to, I'm going to answer VG's question right now. Let's, I'm going to put my gears down. We're going to land. Oops, landed kind of hard, but you know, what are you going to do? Let's see if the modules can be brought up via the freight elevator. Again, so far, I think this ship is a win. I posted that on Twitter.
How long do you reckon until you get a disco paint for it? It's not gonna be
long. Yeah, it's a good. I'm honestly surprised they didn't come out with one. To be totally
they know
honest,
it's popular, so they always sell worse.
Yeah.
I keep telling you guys this, but everyone seems to think I'm crazy. But, I am crazy. But
we don't think you're crazy.
You know. Yeah, I know.
Let's see. What's it? We know DM's one. Let's see if DM pops up in the search bar here. Yeah. There it is.
What one does it have on it?
It didn't have any module on it because I brought it up without one. But both of the modules look like they're in. TS isn't. The DM one is though. Oh wait a minute. No, here it is.
I thought it had a module on it. I thought it had a.
Oh yeah. Nope. They didn't have any modules, but I'm bringing both modules up now. I guess I probably should have brought up my tractor beam, which I didn't do.
So you can physically put them on, but can you also apply them through the ship management console as well? I'm wondering.
Yeah, you probably can. I'm sure you can. Here's those, though. Get a sense of the scale. I don't have my tractor beam, but that's okay. You all know how tractor beams work and how modules go on. There you go, nice and compact. I mean, again, I could see a lot of module variety coming in the future, EMP, bounty hunting, because you could easily store a cryopod or two in a module this size. Scanning, I could see a scanning suite coming, something like that. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Let me send this back down. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send this back down into my warehouse. Well, the game might be dying. Oh, nope, it's back. Okay. Let's send this down. And we'll come over, you know what, we'll come over here. We'll send the ship back down and we'll do a vehicle manager change to it. Oops. Let's see here. Where is it? Okay, let's store that. Why we're doing that, or why that's happening, I'll hit a few more questions here. We had a ton of questions, everyone. I don't know if we're going to get to all of them. So let's see here. Where are we? MCD says Aurora with and without modules if you get the Aurora. Okay, no, we answered that one. Rafe says, one question. Before I pick up the tickets, do I need to be present at the time of the draw tonight? No, you have a couple days. I usually give people for my own drawings like this, I give you 2 days to contact me via Discord. You don't have to be watching. Blackbird says, Grim, how are you today? How's the recovery? The recovery is going well. I appreciate you asking. Slowly but surely. Quasi, am I saying that right? Quasi83 says, do we know if the CCU to the Mark II includes the modules or is it ship only? Does anyone know that?
Ship only. Ship only.
Ship only, okay.
And it's $45, and so therefore you've got to spend another additional $20 to get most modules.
Right. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring up vehicles. Let's go down to the Aurora Mark II, the one that we have. We'll put the cargo module in there just because we know it has some actuation here. If it loads up again, things are a little slow and sticky. Another question. It says, spoiler alert, Mark II has a spoiler. Does that make it go faster? Absolutely. That question's by VG. Silly question, VG. Yes, it does make it go faster. Okay, save changes. Yes. All right, let's bring the ship back up.
So you can do those. Sweet.
Yeah, we'll retrieve it. Okay, we'll let it come back up. Hit some more questions while this is... Did I exit out of it too quick? Maybe. Oh, no, it's coming. All right, while that's coming up here, we hit a few more questions. Genatonic says, haven't seen anyone really talk about the significance of the external modularity in a release ship and the implications for ships like the Caterpillar, Carrack, Crucible, and Endeavor. Don't you think this is really important? I do. I mean, I think the fact that we have a component on the module is pretty significant. I think the role changes between the modules are pretty significant for this one. The exterior, the ability to switch the module like this from the exterior, again, meaning you could bring a module in a cargo ship and switch out on the fly. You could bring these modules in your Idris, for example, and switch them out.
The Caterpillar itself, each individual cargo section was meant to have its own modules as well, so it's all a part of that.
Right,
so
right.
The maturing of this system after they did the Apollo is certainly just shown that let's do it again in a smaller ship and show what's possible. But now you pick a ship that's got modularity and go back to it. You know, the Redeemer.
Oh yeah,
you know,
for sure.
The Caterpillar, as I said, the Endeavor, as someone else said, but how many ships going forward now they can do as well?
Sure.
Ones that we, you know, how long was modularity this bullshit thing?
Right.
Well, it was bullshit because they didn't have the system for it. That's why.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna try the. I want to try the. Can I do the vault? There we go. Can vault up on the roof. Pretty cool. Go into the back here, you can see the module is plugged in back here. This is the cargo module. We'll drop down the elevator. Is that the button? Yes, it is. There we go. Nice bit of space for the cargo. Very cool. Yeah, I dig it. So there it is, everyone. The Aurora Mark II. I'd love to...
Could have pulsed in the back there too, yeah?
Yeah, probably could. You might could, yeah.
I think you should try. Tractor beam pulse time. Let's go.
Well, since we're short on time, we're gonna have to keep going. I'm gonna switch back over here because we got some questions I want to get through, and then I got to do this giveaway. Everyone's wanting it. Okay, let me move some windows around. Everyone, bear with me. Okay, let's rapid fire a few questions here. Again, it's hard to get through all the questions here because y'all put in a ton of questions today. But let's see if we can rapid fire some here. Sideways Tug says, do we think CIG should add a crafting module to the Aurora Mark II? No, seems like a weird fit. I think that would be more for a generalist ship. So I'm going to say no on that one. Master Guns 80 says, what will be the next starter Mark II? Oh, that's a good question. Execute, do you have any ideas? What do you think the next Mark II would be?
I think it's the Connie.
Do you?
personally.
I'm still pretty convinced that we're not getting a Mark II of that ship, but I could be wrong.
I think it needs it. I think it's got too many issues, like the fact that it's got no real front landing gear, so it lands in this really awkward, made-up way. The Phoenix itself is disgusting. Like, it just doesn't work as a luxury ship at all.
Yeah.
And so the question I have is, do they go back and do the Mark I and also go and do a Mark II? And I just think they have to do a Mark II. You think about what the Aurora means to Star Citizen, and then think about RSI as that premier manufacturer that's the oldest lore in game. It's 900 years long, and then it's literally got Chris's name on it. And then if you think about any ship in the game that is the landmark ship, it's actually the Connie. It is the most middle of the road ship in the entire game. It is hyper generalized. It is a ship that a lot of people eventually kind of go up to and own. We might all own an Aurora, or the classical chain is Avenger, Cutlass, and then people jump to a Connie.
Right.
And then they sit with that for 12 months before they get another ship or something like that. That's the story I've heard for years and years and years. I just think the Connie is, like, in that Squadron 42 period we're entering.
Yeah.
It's the ship that needs it probably more. Like, I can look at the Freelancer series and say it needs it as well.
Yeah.
But when you're talking like quintessential this game, kind of can't beat the Connie. It's just in that.
It's still a good, well-rounded ship. Yeah.
It'd also explain why you'd get about 5 extra ships when you do it.
Yeah.
Because you get all the variants done as well. And that explains why we're probably getting 27 ships this year as opposed to 21 or whatever it was last year.
MCD says, question, how will component in the module affect available power? Well, since we're not getting a bigger power supply, I would imagine it is going to affect the power. So it's going to be a bigger power draw. I mean, I would have to assume. It says here, what are your thoughts? This is from Citizen Ninja. What are your thoughts on the Mustang game pack being removed from the pledge store as Execute predicted last Friday?
What else
says here, Citizen Ninja says, what are your thoughts on the Mustang game pack being removed from the pledge store as Execute predicted? I didn't know it was removed, so now I know.
Well, because they'd bring this one in, and then the Mustang. Does the Mustang get a rework now too? Like, because think about it, like, it's got all the same issues this thing's got.
Yeah.
Or the Mark I had. So, they are working on Solid Outland in the background on the, what is it, the Forge and the what's the other one? Oh god, it's in Pioneer.
Yeah.
So if they're doing that, why wouldn't they take the time to do that one as well?
Sandgroper says, did anyone see the Aurora SC coming? Like, was it a surprise? It was a surprise to me. I think it's the one part of this whole thing that's still a little controversial. I have heard some negative stuff about that. But yeah. C Daddy says, wait, Execute got something right. So there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I was friends with you. That was oh wait, was that wrong? Right. Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Ruger Blood Moon says, question, I wonder if the Galaxy will be a plug and play from Hangar like the Aurora. I don't.
Well, it's an internalized component, so the only way you can swap it over is with a Shipyard.
Yeah.
Which is a Hangar.
Or VMA. Yeah. Let's see here. And here, everyone, I'm going to do my best to get some of these questions. I'm going to do a show on Sunday night, though, that I'll just focus on Q&A, and I'll get through all the backlog questions. I do apologize. Unfortunately, my knee can only take one position so long. So I'll take a couple more. If I didn't get to yours tonight, please know I'm sorry. I will circle back to these. Okay, I promise I'll circle back on these. I saved them all in Pickle's bot channel, so I do have them all. We can go back to them, so I'll do that on a future show. But let me hit another question or two here. Let's see here. Zero Bound says, there's a ship that I question as being the Galaxy when you see the Bengal flying. Yep, the Galaxy is in the trailer. A little hint there. Do we think the Aurora Mark, this one's for Sandgroper, do we think the Aurora Mark II doubled in volume? Well, it definitely got bigger. That was confirmed. That was definitely confirmed.
It's a little wider and a little
wider.
longer.
Yeah, it's still pretty small ship though. I mean, you could land it in a Polaris, no problem.
Yep. It's still a light fighter at the end of the day, and it's not the. It's not like, I honestly thought it was going to be an advanced starter.
Yeah.
But really looking at the specs now, it is just a starter.
Yeah.
So yeah.
One thing I will say, so I'm going to pause on the questions because we have a ton of Aurora Mark II questions. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the time between now and Sunday, check out the Aurora Mark II, use it in game, try out the modules, all that kind of good stuff. And then that way on Sunday's show, when I'll go through these questions, and I feel like I'll be able to give better answers for the actual, for the actual ship, give more honest answers instead of these sort of like off the cuff, we're just looking at the store page sort of thing. So I'll be able to maybe do a little bit of a proper review. So hopefully that is okay with all of you.
You definitely got to take it out for a fly. To
get the full picture. One thing I do want to bring up, I was curious what you thought about this execute. Do you remember when we got the Kraken? And actually, do I have that? I'm going to take any opportunity to talk about the Kraken. But the reason I'm bringing it up here is for something specific. I'm going to bring up this image here. We got this image of the Kraken here, which I took in to CG. Looked at it versus the old cinematic model. It's very, very clear. This is the new model. There are significant changes throughout this in terms of where panels are, where certain shape contours are. So this is obviously the new exterior of the Kraken. So much so that they've got some labels and decals on there. Not all of them, but definitely some decal work is there. Some palm decal work looks to be there. I'm wondering, because I don't think the Galaxy is far enough along yet, and I think they're pushing hard on the Galaxy for this year. But my question to you, Execute, is do you think with how far along the Kraken exterior looks to be, do you think it's possible we could get a Kraken exterior show off at DefenseCon or at some point this year?
Yeah, it's potential, but we did see the Polaris shown off.
We did.
And ironically, in that trailer that came out yesterday, that was exactly in line with what the Perseus and Polaris did.
Yeah,
they were both spotted in trailers in their
subsequent
years as well. So,
anything's
possible. It's really where they feel comfortable showing stuff off.
C-Daddy CIG, if you know that to be the case, smile widely. Now, I know we can't see you, so you won't be giving anything away, but smile widely if that's the case. CIG needs to show us that exterior, I'm just saying. Okay, everyone, we're going to get to our giveaway. I know you all are excited for it. We're going to do our, let me get my streaming thing. We're going to do our Aurora Mark II. I think it's called the Citizen Pack giveaway. Okay, has the armor, has the weapon, has the ship, both modules. C-Daddy was distracted. Exterior, what? C-Daddy, what I was saying is, if CIG plans on surprise showing us the exterior, just the exterior only, of the Kraken this year, I want you to smile widely behind your computer right now. Now, we won't be able to see, so you're not giving anything away, but I'll be able to sense it. Just warning you. Anyway, we're going to do our Aurora Mark II giveaway. What's that?
Don't tell him about a hidden camera in his room. He'll never find it.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. It's very true. C-Daddy says, oh, I hope so. It's coming along so nicely. Well, yeah, I hope so too. Again, I'm excited for the Ironclad. I'm excited for the Hammerhead Gold Standard. It's going to be an awesome Invictus and DefenseCon. Hopefully we'll get at least during DefenseCon, we'll get a little sneak peek of how, maybe on a show or something, on how progress on the Kraken's moving along. So, okay, everyone, it's time to do this giveaway. Now, if you over on YouTube, you hopefully have left a comment on this video. What we're going to go ahead and do is plug in a time for when the stream started. The stream started at 6. Actually, it started at 5:55 today. We started a little bit earlier. It was actually 5:52 is when I started the stream. So 5:52 p.m. today, we're going to pull a random comment from there. We're going to pull a random winner from the stream elements. We're going to put you both in the random wheel of names and spin it. The winner will contact me via Discord, StarJump_Grim, or if you're the Twitch winner, you can whisper me on Twitch, and you will win the Aurora Mark II. Okay, I've given another one away Sunday night, so make sure you get in on that. Now, go ahead and get your entries in now. If you're on YouTube, click the link pinned to the top of chat. Okay, if you are, I'm at a loss of words here. If you're on Twitch, make sure you do exclamation mark ticket, okay, to get your ticket. Now, I'll let you do that for a minute. I'm going to pull this up one more time. Do not forget.
Me grim.
Yeah.
Me no word good.
I know. That's gearing up to do St. Jude Play Live starting April 1st. I want to go ahead and remind you all, we are going to have some incredibly insane raffles. Okay, 1 second. We're going to have some incredibly amazing raffles for the month of April. You can see some of them here. On April 9th, we'll be giving away a Perseus. April 15th, a Star Runner and Avenger Starter Pack. April 22nd, a Merchantman. April 29th, a Hammerhead, which remember will be hitting gold standard, and April 29th, a Polaris. Okay, absolutely incredible. Got a lot and probably some additional surprises. So stay tuned for that. But these are coming. It's going to be really, really cool. I'll have more details for you on Sunday, specific details about how all this is going to work. Very, very exciting. I want to do a big shout out to my boy GearCon. GearCon very generously provided all these ships for the St. Jude giveaway. So everyone, if you're in chat right now, give GearCon, who I think is watching, give him a big old 07. He's absolutely kicking doors down, wants to make this a big event. So huge thank you to GearCon. Huge thank you to GearCon. Also want to thank our boy StarJump Ender, soon to have a new name. I'll let him tell you about that. But Ender will obviously be running St. Jude like he does every year, and be doing stuff on his own channel as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that. He's going to have some giveaways. He's going to have some fun stuff happening.
Are the rumors true that he's going from Ender to Starter? Is that his name?
He's going from Ender to Beginner. His new name is going to be StarJump Beginner, and it's
noob.
Yeah, noob. Okay, everyone, we're going to do this because my leg is screaming at me. Here we go. Random comment, YouTube comment. We're going to choose now. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck, everyone.
All right, I hate this new window that pops up. There's our winner, Norseman 9752. Norseman, congratulations, putting you in the random wheel of names. You're now in there. If you're in chat, Norseman, congratulations. Now, Norseman, because you're on YouTube, if you win, you've got to contact me on Discord, okay? StarJump_Grim on Discord. Okay, that's how you got to get me. And you have 2 days to do that, or it's going to be given to the next person. Okay. Now, Stream Elements, let's do one more refresh here. We have 325 entrants, 2,862 tickets purchased. I think that's the most in a long time, by the way. The most in a long time. So good luck, everyone. Closing the giveaway in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Giveaway's closed. We're pulling a winner. Scrolling down, and it's a Vesmu, who's always in chat. Vesmu, thank you. Congratulations, Vesmu. Are you still there? Hopefully Vesmu's there. Vesmu's always here. There he is. Yep, Vesmu. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to duplicate your names here. Let me grab them all, see, and there we go. Here we go, everybody. If you win, make sure to contact me on Discord. Vespu, if you win, you can whisper me on Twitch, okay? You can whisper me on Twitch, and I'll get you hooked up there. Here we're going to go. We're going to spin in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, this is for the Aurora Mark II. Aurora Mark II. It's Vesmu. Vesmu, congratulations. Where's Vesmu? Let me, Vesmu, say something in chat so I can grab you. Say something in chat there.
He wants to grab you inappropriately.
I want to grab you inappropriately. Let's see here. Where's Vesmu? There's Vesmu's name. Vesmu, I am going to whisper you now. Say congrats. I'll work out your getting this to you maybe 30 minutes after the show ends because I got to go do something after this. But congratulations. That is amazing. You just won the Aurora Mark II. Again, we're giving away another one of these on Sunday, everyone. So go to the Gleam link, get in on it. Now's your chance. Okay, everybody. Execute. When are you streaming next? Let everyone know.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow. Yeah. It's tomorrow. Awesome. Okay. I am going to send everyone over to one of my peeps. Going to send everyone over here on the Twitch side of things. By the way, everyone, really appreciate you all coming out. We hit the follower goal. Had an incredibly successful night. A huge amount of people. We were up to like 290 people on Twitch, 290 on YouTube at one point. That is incredible. Really amazing. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the support. Over on the Twitch side, though, I'm going to send you over to the one and only Yo-Yo Meg. Make sure you give her some StarJump love if you haven't already. Yes, that's going to be it. You'll see me all on Space Tomatoes show on Saturday, and then on Sunday, I'll be back with another Shipyard episode. Execute, appreciate you joining. Have a great rest of your day as well. Everyone in chat.
Thank you, man.
Salute to you. Love you. Appreciate the support. You're all amazing. I give you my word. I'll get back to all those questions. So if you asked a question, I will hit it on Sunday. We'll just do a big, long Q&A section. Who knows? Maybe we'll do some kit bashing. We'll do something crazy. I promise. We'll have fun. But that's going to be it for now, everyone. Sending you over to Yo-Yo Meg. Please give her some StarJump love. Sending you over. Everyone have a great night. All right. Twitch is away. YouTube. Have a great night, everybody. See you.
Or is it Control R? Or is it Shift R?